I don't know what was happening then, mate. I was pushing fucking buttons all over the place. You know what I mean? But
I don't know what to say.
Welcome along anyway, guys. So
we're live now, are we? Thanks for letting me know.
Well, our faces are on the telly.
We've been on the telly for ages.
Yeah, but we had that little video thing. So, right, welcome along. Right, I just want to put one thing straight. This is Gaz's cover, GKP's cover. All right,
with the cover band.
I'll just put it under my channel, my title. I'm not taking nothing away from anyone. I'll still be part of Gaz's show on the Thursday night. I don't want to upset anyone. Right, so let's draw a line under all that bullshit, right? Number one. Number two, I'm doing things slightly different because I'm doing it. So I just like to do it my way because I'm more au fait with doing it how I want to do it. I've got an understanding of what buttons I need to press. I've lost my second monitor, which is the reason why we're not going to be doing the koi appreciation per se, because you need a second monitor to put onto the screen for you guys to look at. I haven't got a second monitor at the moment. I had to buy a new computer, basically, which meant that I've just got one monitor, one computer now. So, yeah, but in a nutshell, that's what it is. Also, in Rick's corner, there's a little thing. If that gets on your nerves, Rick, let me know. I'll turn it off and we'll go back to the normal comments anyway. We're going to be structuring it slightly different tonight. So I had a chat with Rick earlier in the week about potential topics to talk about. We're going to be potentially, this is on Rick, not me, so he's probably hadn't done much. He probably hadn't done much research, but protein in koi food and where it goes basically is a topic of discussion.
You just dropped that straight on me.
Yeah. On top of that, we've also been looking into conditioning koi for koi shows because I'm hoping that we're going to get joined by potentially Paul Cunningham of the Northeast Koi Show. He wants to come on again. So he's going to be diving on, hopefully. I'm trying to shoehorn Alan Tate to come on.
Never going to happen.
Which probably not going to happen, but you never know. Pigs may fall out of the sky. Because we're not selling fish, it's more educational. I'm hoping he's going to come on. And I believe Lee Hadfield might drop on a little bit later as well. So still got some potential guests. I've also invited Matt, although I haven't spoken to him, but he's got a link, so he'll probably jump on at some point as well. So it could be quite an eventful evening. So I'm going to talk about, again, conditioning koi. And then on top of that, I wanted to bring in looking at koi that are all the same age, all the same variety, and I've got 6 fish to display, and a little bit of to and fro from you guys back. We're going to look over some Sankey, 6 Sankey, and then discuss them, and then I want you guys to judge 1, 2. In fact, we'll all do 1, 2, 3, all right, and then just see what it's like to pick out a fish and prove that not everybody's got the same eye or tastes, you know. And then maybe a little bit of a talk about how hard it must be to judge fish based on what you're seeing.
How hard it must be.
100%. But anyway, on top of that, I don't want to take anything away from the shop floor. So any guys out there that have got questions, fire them in. Just put a capital Q in the comment. I've still got the normal where I can, I'm assuming why that's on, can still whack all stuff like that up. So I'll highlight comments as we go through if you've got any questions. So, but before we get into all that, how's your week been, Rick? Because you haven't been work, have you?
I've been to Wookie Hole and the region.
Wookie Hole? I don't even know where that is. Where's it? Somerset?
Somerset, yeah. Yeah. Ezra's off school, isn't he? So,
of course.
So you booked a house, so I had to work Monday, shoot down to meet him. So it's only 80 miles from us. It's a nightmare to get to. There's no roads that go. It's like squiggly, piggly roads all the way. It's like a 3-hour drive to do about 80 miles.
And out.
But it is quite a strange part of the world. No, it's just
True.
Cheddar Gorge, Wookey Hole, Glastonbury Tor.
I've never been down that neck of the woods, to be fair.
Mate, it's like flat, and then there's hills. Yeah, it is. Cider farms. There's a lot of cider going on.
For you, it was. I like cider.
I have to try it because it's like when you go anywhere, you've got to try the local stuff, haven't you? I don't like cider.
So when you're away, do you get any updates from the farm or constant text messages or phone calls?
No, I just disappear.
You don't see. Even if I'm away just for a day, my phone's constant.
No, I just it's all organised and there's nothing I can do.
People just get on with it.
Just do. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, you got. It was only a couple of days, isn't it? I was back. I left at 5 o'clock this morning to get back to work to do today. So it's been a long day.
I bet Ez is knackered, isn't he?
No, we stayed because his grandparents are there or whatever. So I just did a bunk. Yeah. It's all right. It's that part of the world, isn't it? I think it's different. There's little roads, but there's no cars on it. It's just really quiet. Quite nice.
I mean, I've been down to Devon. It's not far from there, but that was when I was.
It's just like it's like the plains of. What it reminded me of Transylvania. Went to Transylvania last year. The plains of Transylvania, and then the mountains, but in some it's the hills around it.
No vampire though.
Well, it probably is in Somerset.
They're all pissed, mate. On cider.
On that scrumpy. Oh, mate, it takes getting you ill. No, it's not for me.
Oh, I don't mind. It's like popping it and gets right down. Right. Gaz Jones has fired a question in for you, Rick.
The food trial is going well. It's going. Well, that should lead into. Do you want to go straight into the issues? Well, not issues.
Is this tying into what we were discussing earlier in the week? Because it was quite a bad line. So,
So basically, I'm going to do a video tomorrow, maybe with Vince, about the actual technicalities of what we're doing. But the upshot of it is we had 4 ponds running with 400 fish in a pond. It was all running tickety-boo. And it was like, well, we need to thin these down, which is where the food trial idea come from. We could rearrange the fish, rearrange the water. We've got mature filters, everything's the same. We can actually use this and do the food trial. So that's great. So that all kicked off, and massive thank you to Dan, Nutrimare. He was straight up for it. Mark with the Chinese Dijawi food, straight up for it. We were going to use Medicarp from JDP as a long-standing food, but Amir Koi Waterbarn was like, well, up for using a new Dainichi food. So, and obviously we need a base food, which is the Coppens, which is our standard cheaper diet we use or whatever. So it was just kind of a perfect storm, really. We had a situation where we could set up 4 ponds through a growing period. They're all fully matured. We could mix everything, all the variables could be taken out to a point where you'll never get a fair 100% fair trial, because the natural, it's just there's always little variables that are going to happen. We had a situation where we could do, for us, learn something, the difference between the cost of food and what they do. So yeah, it was perfect. We got it all ready to set up. We got it set up. We got going, and we were feeding the same amount of food. So we had 400 fish to a pond.
When you say amount, When you say amount, is it weight or?
Yeah. So originally it was 400 fish, but there was no. We don't know the weights because it's just 400 fish in a pond. So when we took them out, we mixed up all the sizes, so they all went back in at 7.5 kilos of fish for 100 fish per pond of all mixed varieties. But obviously, we've reduced the weight of every single pond by 3/4.
Already,
basically the same amount of food we were feeding before, which was about 400 grams, which is 5% body weight, which is what you feed to grow fish. They were probably on 1% before with the 400 fish in there. So yeah, that's in my head. We would reduce the stock level by 75%. We kept the food pretty much the same. So I was like, there'd be no issue with the filters because they're all fully matured to that. We'll be straight in and just go. But yeah, we've had a strange, which is where we're going to what they do with the food, isn't it? So every pond's got the same weight of fish, the same amount of fish, filters that matured up to take the same amount of food.
Yeah.
But yeah, particularly one of the foods, which is the food we use all the time, suddenly by feeding that much more for that fewer amount of fish, we had problems with the well, not so much the ammonia, but the nitrite suddenly going up. And obviously they're not converting the protein at that level quick enough. So it's just one of those. You don't even write that in, so you've got everything organised, and suddenly you get, oh shit. So the TDS and all the ponds, because we mixed all the water, the TDS is the same, pH is the same amount of food.
Do you measure TDS?
Yeah, so everything was basically at start point as pucker as we could make it. But obviously, how 100 fish at 5% deal with, digest, use, and excrete different foods is different.
So, because of that, your filtration systems are acting differently, right?
Well, obviously, we've had to. So basically, all of the foods are colour and growth, either mixed or separate. But at the time, we only had the growth for the Coppens diet. But I was like, that's no issue.
Yeah.
It turned up a few days later, but by that time already we've got an issue with the nitrite. So suddenly I've changed that over to the colour, so I check it tomorrow. But what opened my eyes is that the fact that filters that can take that amount of food with literally 4 times more fish suddenly can't take it
when it's at a lower level.
Taking it, yeah. So they're being fed at a growth proportion, and suddenly you've got a bit of an issue. And the whole point of it is, if we have an issue with water, if we've got to do any water changes, all of them get the water changes, but we don't really do water changes on the farms. We pretty much, it runs as it runs. So it's got to be pretty major for us to, step in and change something. So obviously the foods that are causing problems, you'll feed less, and the foods that are doing well, you'll feed more or whatever. So it's just, it's getting it as fair for all of the different diets. And at that point, it was slightly unfair because obviously they weren't getting the colour food from Coppens, they were just getting the growth food. So, oh my days. Look at him, he's got a schoolboy behind him.
Hiya, mate. Mate, your hair looks amazing.
Turkey, mate.
Turkey hair. Amazing.
Look at that, mate, top mullet. I'm growing it so I can have a comb forward.
Pure gypsy cut, mate.
It is, mate. Do you know what? Do you know why I've got this haircut? Right? Remember when I jumped in my van and I scalped myself?
Yeah.
That scab stayed. It was so deep to the skull that scab stayed on for about 4 months, so I couldn't get my hair cut because they just rip it out. So I was shaving the sides, and I thought to myself, I look like a proper gypsy now. I'm going to keep it going.
Fucking just totally inherited a haircut you didn't even know you wanted.
We still don't know who wants it.
Oh, shit.
So you actually, Rick, from what you was just saying about that, so I've got a problem in one of the ponds at work at the minute where I really cannot get the nitrite to sit at any sort of level. It's constantly spiking, even like beyond belief. But you've sort of made me just use my ticker there that there's not many fish in that pond. So whether or not it's down to, you know, the stocking volume, so I might transfer them fish to another pond tomorrow to see whether or not it's anything, or add more fish in to see whether or not that's something that I need to look at.
Yeah, in my head, if you've got 400 fish in a pond eating 400 grams of a diet and everything's mint,
yeah,
but you take 300 fish away but still feed 400 grams, I'm thinking, well, they'll eat it, but it's the full amount they're going to eat. But there's so many less fish, the water's going to be all right. But the reality is,
in my head, that's how it works as well. Yeah,
they're excreting so much more waste and probably uneaten or undigested waste that you suddenly going to have the filters are having to work harder for less fish feeding on the same amount.
Yeah. So you got me thinking on that. So here's another question. I don't know whether or not you know the answers.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I know all answers.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it might not be right. I know them.
Yeah. So looking at your food trial that you're doing at the minute, all right. In fact, Lee might even have a little exclusive to drop shortly. So we're waiting for Paul to come on. I know he's watching. Paul, I've sent you a link on WhatsApp. So if you're going to come on, join via that, or tell me you're not coming on at least. But yeah, anyway, looking at the food breakdown, when you're looking at your protein in the food, now protein comes from all different sources when you're looking at food, different grades, different types of protein. Will different protein, although it's protein, does that break down differently in a diet? When you look at poultry meal, for instance, it's a high protein diet, but actually it may be 47% on a bag. But when it comes to the fish actually consuming and then converting that food into whatever they need to convert it to, they're never going to get all of that protein through their system from poultry because it's so slow releasing, right? But when you then look at the likes of,
I think you okay. Let's look at fish meal. That's not a natural diet.
No,
it's as far away as poultry meal is, and as far away as feather meal is, and blood meal, and.
But they all break down differently, don't they? Surely,
it's not breaking down. The fish can't use it. If the environment, if the environment's got to be right, but they still can't. So soybean meal's been one of the most highly used protein sources there are to replace fish meal.
Yeah,
but can't really struggle. They
to
can't
digest.
They can't. Yeah, so they can't use that protein. So you're buying a 40% protein food that actually 10% of the protein they might be able to use, and 30% they're shitting out the other end.
So
and that could be same with anything. So fish meal. There's a big talk about fish meal, and yes, it's the best we've got. And it used to be a waste product.
Yeah,
it used to be a cheap waste product from Peru, wherever, where they harvested fish, and you've got all the shit fish turned into fish meal, and then it got used for everything, and suddenly it's a premium product, and now it's not actually ethically usable for the big companies because they can't use soybean meal either. That's now non-ethical because the amount of water it uses to produce soybeans and everything, it's not environmentally friendly to use that product. So they have to use raw bean meal, they have to use chicken feather meal, they have to use blood meal, they have to use whatever waste yeast products from a lot of industry is one of the best protein sources going. It's one of them. So you got to waste, but fish can only digest, like I say. So all of our diets going into the trial around 40%, but we've already seen if you've got the same amount of food going to the same amount of fish with the same protein level, but your outcomes are different, then there'll be an outcome difference in growth, and also waste product. And that's what you
So-
expect.
Get the translators on.
Yeah, you need them. You're gonna need them. Yeah, may as well show you this straight off the
We've
bat.
gone global.
Look what I've got. It's like Christmas.
It's your fish, Lee. Did you send them up by post?
No,
What is it?
let's have a look what's in here.
Come on, let's have a look in there.
It's Christmas.
Mate, if that's not a blow-up doll, I'll be upset.
No, don't have them in the northeast. It's only in Cardiff and places like that you have them things. Oh, you're Swansea, innit?
Ish, Swansea-ish, yeah.
Ah, Swansea. Oh, look what it is. Can you see?
Can't see it.
Can't see.
Oh,
no.
bloody hell.
Lee, that's
Look
all your
at them.
rosettes already.
Rosettes
I
for the
doubt
North
it,
of
mate.
England Koi Show.
That's really pretty. I love the red and black ones. They're class.
It don't look good against red though.
You should have a little picture of Cheryl Cole in the middle.
It's like Dennis the Menace, that.
Yeah.
Bournemouth fans to know what
Let's,
that is.
let's have a look in the middle then. The bit that counts.
Hold on.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty.
Thing
Yeah,
of beauty.
nice colour scheme now.
I wonder who's going to win this on the 16th and 17th of August.
Is that for GC?
the worst?
Eh?
Is that the GC one?
Reserve Grand Champion. It's a reserve
Oh,
Grand Champion. Yes,
reserve.
Yes, down there. Bloody marvellous.
Have to be a serious fish to get that one.
Yeah.
Matthew
Absolutely.
Stevens done pretty well, didn't he, in Crouch Valley, bless him?
Yeah,
Nice
didn't
fish,
it?
that.
Yeah, well done, Matt. I tell you what, mate, I was so gutted. I literally wanted to go to Crouch Valley really bad, and I put it in my diary for next weekend, for this weekend coming for some reason. And, mate, solid, honestly.
It's no good, that, Lee.
I know, mate, I know. Shabby.
Better diary. You're gonna need a new diary.
Well, it's not the diary, it's the idiot that's put the dates in.
Write it
Right,
down.
so,
Don't
I mean,
use electronic.
I'm a little
Write
bit
it
more
down.
prepared. There you go. Right. So, Paul Cunningham, the guy in the red t-shirt, top corner, he is the chair of the Northeast of England Koi Show. Sorry, the North of England Koi Show. I'll be corrected.
That's right.
So, people may have seen my YouTube video, may have not. It's had about 1,200 views, something like that. He's been on Gaz's show, which we're currently covering for tonight because Gaz is on holiday.
Nice
Well,
one.
break.
Drop that in. I love it.
Yeah, make sure, mate. I've got to do that. And a week on Saturday, the doors are opening in Whitburn Church of England Academy, which is a school, postcode SR67 Echo Foxtrot. Opens at 9:30 in the morning till 4:30 on a Saturday, and then 9:30 till 3 on the Sunday. Nice little koi show. Gained so much traction this year, which is really good to see. Also in attendance, we have got Tafaguchi, Mr. Lee Hadfield.
Wrong way, mate.
No, it's not this way.
Yeah, it's the wrong way.
No, to me, it's not. It's
To everyone else, it's not.
Everyone else is the wrong way.
Where's that pointing to on yours?
The other way. Do the other corner. That's me down there.
Kel, look.
Oh yeah, look.
Front, mate.
Look, touch my finger. Touch my finger.
Where
Touch my finger. Touch my finger.
Oh,
Right, but am I pointing to you now, Lee?
No.
yeah, but he is.
No, he's not.
He is.
Mate, that is mental, isn't it? That is wrong.
Mirror image.
Right, yeah, that's why that is all back to front as well, isn't it? Oh, mate, that's tripped my brain out. But yeah, Lee, you're coming up?
Yeah, but I've just realised there's a massive problem. Did you say it's been hosted in a school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crafty, you can't be within 500 feet of the school.
Well, mate, I've had it overlooked for work purposes. We're all right. The school's shut, so that you know you don't have to keep your kids locked away.
Yeah,
It's a
so
school holiday.
yeah,
We're safe.
Yeah, I can't wait to get up there, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to the drive. I'm looking forward. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm actually looking forward to the drive. I'm looking forward to seeing the Angel of the North as well. I hope I pass that on the way in. Probably won't, but I hope I do.
Do you?
I
No.
don't know.
Well, I'll
I
give you
don't
some
recall seeing
directions
it
if
when
you
I went
want
up
to.
last year.
Oh no. I'm not going to divert
won't.
off route
No,
just
you
to see that bad boy. I've seen it once in my
No.
life. That's enough. But
No, you'll swing off just before it.
oh, that's all right.
Just before, you'll probably swing off to it to the right.
Okay. Well, we'll have a look. But
Hopefully, you'll still be on the road though, not just down.
Yeah.
and I'll be helping Crafty because he's got no staff up there. Bless him.
Who was
No.
sore?
I ain't worried about that, man. Little bit of back breaking work, lifting fish all day.
Well, I should. What time you reckon you're going to be up there on the Friday?
I'm going to be leaving as early as I can.
4
Yeah,
hours.
me as well. To be honest.
Takes you 4 hours, Crafty, to get up.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll try and
Oh,
get
that's
on
not too bad. It takes me about 6.5, 7, I reckon,
No.
with a chip break.
as long as the vats are set up, Paul, and the water's done.
Yeah, we have that done. We'll have that done. Definitely, it'll be all done and ready for you on the Thursday. So that's, and more than likely, it'll all be done on the Wednesday night. And it's really just the Thursday we spend just tweaking things because we do a trickle in, trickle out. So that's pretty much all we do on a Thursday. Get that
So when
together.
does Lee need to bench his fish?
Friday morning. Early as
Friday
you possibly can.
morning.
Yeah. Well, you want them to be in the best shape possible, don't you? We're going to talk
We
about this
had this
later on.
conversation we had. I notice I'm
You-
doing it the right way now because
You
it's wrong
leave
on
your-
my telly.
If you leave your fish late to bench on the Friday, it doesn't give them time to acclimatise for the Saturday morning. And that's why when people come on and they're Sunday morning judges, it's because half the time people have benched the fish late on the
Yeah.
Friday and they're not at their best on the Saturday. When the judges, they start at about 10:30 in the morning, when the judges are looking at them. So
Yeah,
it's
but
the
if I
people-
leave, I won't be up there Friday morning though, because I've got to.
Nah,
I've
yeah,
got.
I know you would. I know you
Yeah.
wouldn't. I am pulling your legs slightly.
Oh,
because of
thank God
this
for that.
Jesus, Lee,
but
get
it's a
out of
point.
bed earlier.
It's a point I'm making that
Yeah.
really every exhibitor should get to a show, whichever show they
As
go
early as I can. I normally do, to
on
be
the
honest.
Friday. On the Friday.
And you know what people don't realise is when you're an exhibitor, you have got a brilliant chance to deposit your fish into your vat, quite rightly, Turk. So acclimate them and get them nice and settled in, ready for the judging on the Saturday as early as you can. But you get to mooch around as well and talk to
Yeah.
people, and that's like a massive learning curve when you can get like face to face with senior hobbyists and have a chat when it's not hustle and bustle around. And I mean, that's my favourite day of the show, to be honest, is the Friday. It's class.
Free tea and biscuits when you get up to ours.
What about Welsh cakes?
Not
I'll bring me own.
Not in
I'll bring me
Sunderland,
on. I'll bring me on just in case
Well-
Cheryl Cole turns up.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know. Well, I think no, chance. Moving on. Moving the question on though, I was listening. I was just watching like a viewer to the conversation you were having earlier with regard to the food, and it was vastly interesting what you were saying. And I sort of formulated a question that I wanted to put to Rick, which was about: is there a pond or a food where it requires the most unnecessary changes of water? I'm not if you're keeping this kind of data, and that's because I know in fairness what you've got to do, what you said you're going to do was if one pond needed to be changed, then you're going to do all of them, have a water change in all of them. But for a lot of us hobbyists, having a small amount of waste product from a given kilo of food is a brilliant thing. It's less that we've got to process. So the ponds that didn't need to be changed, yes, they might not have produced the biggest volume of fish or the biggest length or got the best skin, but if they came second, that would be a big plus, certainly for me, and I think a lot of hobbyists, to know that that particular food produces less waste than the other ones. Even though it doesn't give me the biggest performance, it still helps in keeping the pond cleaner or the water cleaner.
So the point is, we're trying not to do any water changes as much as possible, but we're not testing for water. This was for us to do a food comparison for the farm, as it were, and it's escalated into someone else. But it's not a clarity thing, because the ponds have no UVs. The 10-ton ponds being fed heavy, so the water clarity, yes, there will be a difference. But the way I want to run it is, if a food is so poor that the waste product is so high, that we'll have to cut back on that food to try and maintain the water quality. So by the end of the trial, I might be feeding 3% body weight of one food and 7% body weight of another food, because the ponds will take that, and we're trying to see what, obviously, the amount of waste they produce from it. It's all relative, isn't it? If you're feeding 400 grams of food at 40% protein, and there's that much waste, then obviously they're not going to gain. You can't gain energy. You can't feed them and gain massive growth and massive condition, and then have massive waste as well. It doesn't kind of compute. There is. So we've already had discussions with like Nutrimare saying, well, you can feed less, we feed less, and I'm saying, well, but if I feed less, your food won't represent as well, because I'm going to feed whatever the fish will take, and the fish dictate the trial. So I walk to the ponds, and you know what they'll take. They're hungry, they're looking for food, and they'll eat X amount. So we start at a baseline, but after 10 weeks, I expect that baseline for each food to be quite different, because they will want to take the highly but not beat around the bush. The more expensive the food, the more digestible the ingredients, the better the outcome should be, the less waste product there should be. So in reality, if you're feeding a top end food, the fish should be growing faster, eating more, producing less, performing better, whereas the cheaper food should be producing more waste, inhibiting the growth, reducing the appetite to get. I'm not trying to change it. I'm not. There won't be. The whole point is there won't be a winning food and a losing food. It will be, this food has produced this in this period to the maximum.
This is the results of the same trial. There's no loser or winner.
It's not a loser or winner. It will be, this has cost 50 quid. This has cost 500 quid. Whatever.
Are you allowed to talk about the foods that you're using, or not yet?
Yeah, we're using the Dainichi.
Yeah,
the Dainichi
me too.
Food,
I'm on that at the moment.
Nutrimare. So we've got Dainichi, Nutrimare, Dijawa, the Chinese,
In a yellow bag.
Pride and Joy Koi, and Coppens, which is our base,
right,
that we've used for years. And there's a massive difference in price.
Of course, yeah.
You'd expect to see. So for some people, they might not see a great difference in our results and go, well, I'm quite happy feeding that, whatever. Probably it's not about producing the best food and the worst food. It's just cost effectiveness and performance to give hobbyists
the choice.
Yeah.
So how are you doing a controlled experiment on these? Obviously, you've got the 4 different foods, but are you feeding them to the same varieties and the same spawnings, but just different ponds, or is it totally different
so the
varieties?
whole point of it is we're doing it as a hobbyist would. So at the time, I had 4 ponds fully matured with 400 fish per pond. So I reduced it to 100, but mixed all the varieties.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's okay. So you got 4 different ponds, 4 different ponds fed on 4 different foods with a variety of different koi lips. That's good.
104 fish per pond at 7.5 kilos.
Ah, cool.
So the weight of the fish in every pond's the same. The filters are all matured to tolerate.
Oh, right. So it's a proper controlled test. That's really good.
It's not. This is So the variables are reduced as much as possible. But like that's who was saying that. So mature ecosystem, so that they're all fully matured systems
already. So the ecosystem's already there.
So they're already fully matured, and the fish are already being in those systems. We just reduce the stock density, mixed up all the varieties. So basically, you might find that one food, the Shirat series, come out a pile of shit, whereas the next food, the Shirat series in that pond come out amazing. So we've got Asagi, Shisui, Kajaku, Benikiko, Kahaku, Showa, all sorts of varieties in all of the ponds. They're all mixed.
That's good.
So you get an idea of performance not just on weight gain, not just on length, not just on food fed to waste produced, but on an overall performance of what these fish look like after 10 weeks of being fed that diet at
10 weeks. 10
degrees.
weeks, yeah.
10 weeks.
So-
And Rick, are you changing? So you're changing it in this 10-week period. You're changing the weight of food going in depending on the performance that you're seeing.
100%, yeah. So we're pushing. So we'll feed. So the base for us, the bait. If you're trying to grow fish, 4 to 5% body weight. So we know there's 7.5 to 8 kilos now per pond. So I'm feeding 400 grams of food per pond. But as the fish want to take more on certain foods, we'll start increasing that, because you can't. The problem is a lot of food trials will go, we feed 100 grams, 100 grams, 100 grams. But that's not fair, because a good food, they'll eat, they'll grow, they want more, they get bigger, they eat more, they want to grow. Whereas a not such a good food, they won't eat it or they struggle to eat it, and then you can't. So you're not getting the performance. So from our point of view, I'm reading the fish, and I'll feed more and more and more to the ponds that want it, and not so much to the ponds that don't. So at the end of the trial, I'll be able to say, well, pond A has had 2 kilos of food, gained 12 kilos in body mass, gained X amount of weight, but look like shit, or look amazing, or whatever. The next pond's eating this amount, and there'll be a cost breakdown of price per kilo, gains. It's
the other thing for you though, Rick, you're looking to see how much it costs to feed one koi, and whether or not you can, whether over that 10-week period, I don't know, let's say Nutrimare costs £7.50 a kilo, you've fed 10 kilos, there's 75 quid, you've got 75 fish in there, it's cost £1 per fish. Whether you can break
that's
that,
the whole point. So it's a break. So
yeah.
at the end of the day, we know what we pay for a diet, and we use 10 ton a year. And if the next cheapest diet is twice the price, but the performance is twice
as good
or whatever, but we're not trying to change our farm diet. What we're trying to change is when we've got fish and our better fish in an environment where we want them fish to perform better, then we want to feed them the best food for the price.
Absolutely.
The problem is Saki Akari, we trialed it last year, and it is so much better than what we're using, but it's so much more expensive than what we're using
by a huge margin.
A huge amount, yeah. It is.
Yeah, we done at our shop when we was fully stocked. I tried it. We lasted 2 months, and it cost about £4,000 just in feed.
But that's the point. So you've got to come up to a point where you're giving a selective amount of fish the best food you can. It works in a right economy for what you're selling those fish for, what you're doing with them.
So
a lot of our fish leaves the farm and they go to our customers, and if those customers have got the ponds and the budget and everything else, they get so much better than what we're selling them at, because they're getting a better environment with better food, and suddenly they go from quite a nice fish to show level fish. As again, we've seen at Crouch Valley, that fish is.
Hang on, while you're on there, so I've done a little bit of preparation. So there you go. All right.
That never left us at 40 quid like that, did it?
No, well, it didn't. No, but it's not the point, is it? You know, the point is what Michael Thompson's done. Well done, Rick. Got motion eat koi at Crouch Show, a banging fish. All right. It doesn't matter what awards you've took or what we've done there, or whether or not you've raised it to that. You know, Sheila Hart, I believe, stocks quite a few of your fish, right?
I don't know the whole story behind that fish, but in the last year we've won with Shiratsuri, Kajaku, Mizuno Ogon, so many varieties have won awards but those fish have improved with the customers massively.
I need an extra seat.
You have to take that pitch down.
Yeah, I didn't really want to, because I wanted you to give us a little bit of background about that fish. Have you got any idea what spawning set it was?
Yeah, I do. I know exactly where it's from. But,
Yeah, there you go. So let's have a little bit of a background on it.
well, yeah, but I don't remember the particular fish, but all of the matsukawabakis that we do, which is what it is, regardless if it's one as a crew or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the original female is from Kaneko, and we crossed it with an Omasako Shiro, and that's where all of these have come from. And we're using one of these offspring as our main parent set that does our Komonryu and Matsukawabaki now.
So I just put the disclaimer out there. So this picture was not mine. It's produced by the World of Nishikigoi, who is owned by Liam Bess.
Good looking lad.
AKS photographer. Those
It's
people that
liking.
have not seen his his magazine, I may be wrong, but I think it's a £10 fee per mag. Comes out quarterly, and it is full of absolute mint. What's the word I'm looking for? Really good articles all the way. The content is amazing all the way through, and I think it being glamorously modelled there by Paul. If I take it down, it's there as well. A bit of product placement, free advertisement there for you, Liam. Thank you for your picture. So
it's one of those things, then it's the customers that we're selling fish at a stage where the right environment, they'll blossom. And yeah, we need perhaps to push some of our fish to a point where they look near their best, rather than saying to people, give this fish a good environment. It's got the potential. Here's some that does.
So, Sumi says it's not about quantity or ingredients. You should be more interested in their eating behaviour, just like us. I mean, I don't know the just like us bit, what that means, whether or not he's
unfortunately, Sumi's using a translator, but at the end of the day, all of the fish will come up quite happily, but the ingredients used in some of the foods available to us in this country are slightly different, perhaps, to what you're getting at.
But not only that.
I mean, I don't know about that statement.
That's it. I think that some of it is correct. You should be looking at their eating behaviour, absolutely. Yeah. But what they're eating, the quantity and the ingredients really does play a big part on how our fish grow and condition in the UK, especially when you've got different size ponds, different types of setups. Every pond will perform different, and every fish will behave differently based on the stocking levels, the type of fish they are, etc. So, you come in with your eating behaviour, but ingredients is really important. And I think Rick covered that off quite well, saying when you look at sake, the fish have never looked so good. They're really hungry all the time, and it outperformed Coppens. Well, them ingredients are world apart, and it shows that you get a better quality outcome.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important what's eaten. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, if I let Wolf go loose, he'd eat McDonald's every day, and his eating habit would be fine.
It's crafty.
You know what I mean? Well. Like if I chuck Watsits in my pond, they'd eat them all day long. Trust me. But it ain't going to be good, and the feeding habit's going to look pretty positive as well, because they'd be going for it.
Absolutely. But, I mean, my pond at the minute is like I've got to change the pre-filtration on my water. And lo and behold, the last few days, the food's been pumping in. I'm only feeding Saki Balance at the moment. I don't need to feed anything else, but they've not been taking anything. And the only thing that's changed is that my pre-filtration system is off the boil. And lo and behold, take that off, and also my window needed cleaning, this is a really weird behaviour. So I could look through the window where the algae are grown across the window, and they've all got their face stuck in the returns, just sitting there having a bit of a play. As soon as I move that algae off the window, put a bit of food in, they're up and feeding. But with that algae across, they've left it. So the only thing I can see that's changed is that the window's not clear, and when I've been doing my cleans and top-ups, I'm thinking there's potential that the water conditions change somewhat. It's taking them off the food. They're all looking really healthy. There's no flashing. The dorsal fins are stood up, and as soon as I clean the window they come up and fed, which was really bizarre. It's such
Mine's
a
the other way around. Do you mean like I don't really keep my pond? Sometimes I've got no amalgams running at all, as you know, Crafty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you ain't got none.
They've been ordered.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
been
yeah. I'm
ordered.
only joking, right? So I haven't had amalgams running for months, and my water clarity is fine. But I mean, I don't know if it's something to do with that. That I only clean the pond window like when I need to, and I scrape it off. When that pond window goes flat out green, the fish are way more comfortable because obviously they've got that barrier. It makes them feel way more comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And they feed way better when that is green.
See,
That's
and
pretty-
that's what, and
that's
that
a
just
nervous thing,
outlines,
isn't it?
that
They're seeing
outlines,
stuff.
doesn't it? That
Yeah.
behaviour is
mad.
different in every pond, right?
But it's also better for me because I can sneak down to the pond and really observe them tidily eating as well because they can't see the shadow or they can't see me through the window.
Yeah.
I mean the fish must actually hate the window if you think about it because it probably makes them feel properly on edge. Like, do you know what I mean? It's really intrusive to them, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Seeing land mammals walking around. Do you know what I mean? It's probably not a very comfortable environment for them, especially to chill out and feed.
My fish tend to love it, mate. It's like it's a whole new world, isn't it? They must look at us and think, "Oh my god," where we're looking in there going, "Oh wow, look at you." They're looking at us going, "Wow, they're weird."
I mean, mine look, but they just seem to be a lot more comfortable. I mean, like an in-ground pond, I think is ideal, but then the window is good to look at the koi.
I think a more natural pond is your in-ground, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
But aesthetically pleasing. My pond, I'm super pleased with. It looks amazing now it's all finished. And get a hell of a lot of comments from people that see the pond. They're like, "Oh my god, that's amazing." It still does the same job, but I do think personally, with a window, it takes away from what koi really look like. Because when I look from the top down, I see really amazing looking fish, and then from the side, there's certain things that just don't sit right. But if it was in a show vat, when you're looking top down, you don't see all of that. The depth of the fish, and little bits get hidden from top down.
I do sit on my drum.
That's got a list for you. That's why I shouldn't look at comments. List of foods.
Yeah, I know. I've highlighted it. Highlighted it. So Atsumi's put, please take a look at my new list, best koi food. What I would ask Atsumi is if you can point us to where that is, and then we've got 120 people watching. Thank you guys for joining. Let's have a look. Yes, mate.
Just you pointed out somebody there who's making a statement on there. But for us that don't know, who is this person? Who is Atsumi?
Atsumi is a Japanese gentleman that I believe, I might be wrong in this, so please don't quote me. I believe he lives down in Reading Way now, and he's got a huge amount of experience. He's got a huge amount of experience out in Japan.
He used to work in a shop down there and stuff like that. Yeah,
and he was really quite pally with some big names in England back in the day. So he sometimes because his English isn't the first language, he still speaks the way the Japanese speak, where they'll use certain phrases to explain things, and it sometimes comes across in the wrong way when you translate it through to English. Sorry. So, and he has got a huge amount of knowledge as that
on food, because I was listening to what you were saying. I was thinking. It's all like, look, I've just been talking to a guy who was wanting me to explain before I came on here about KH and having the confidence to put sodium bicarb in his pond. It's that level, and at that level of pond keeping, that sounds controlling the amount of waste and keeping your pond clean is so important. And yes, the food and I'm one of them. I'm looking for a performance food at all times. But I think there's an awful lot of people, and they look at this channel, who are looking to see what keeps their pond ticking over quite nicely, and keeps their pond and keeps the amount of effluent to a minimum. But and Saki Akari does it, but it costs an absolute fortune.
But Saki Akari, again, this is where the variables come in on a huge scale, Paul. Right. So again, when you look at, the big thing is that the first thing anyone has to look at is the budget. Right. How much can they afford in order to feed their only fish? Right.
Yeah.
And I see people spending money on sake, which is more than I spend on McDonald's in a month. And I know that's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
But it's true. All right. That, they'll come in and they'll put 600 quid down for a month's worth of food. I don't even spend that on diet in the house for two of us, for humans consumption. Right. Yeah. And no one should really break the bank to do that. So you number one, you should really only ever use the food that fits your budget and never be forced or feel the pressure that sake is the only answer, because it really isn't. Because there's a lot of foods out there that can do a job. In order to get the balance and the condition, etc., there's a huge amount more. Your water management, number one, is something. Shading, whether you're putting, you can actually improve, and something I was going to touch on a little bit later, but improving sumi, looking at shade or putting clay into your pond or lowering your KH, or putting an RO system on if you've got the money to achieve, there's so many different ways. It don't have to be all food related in order to get the best. It's an additive to achieve results.
When I trip around, and I do see various ponds, I get asked to go in and see ponds and look at them. The big thing that I look at in the back of my mind, I probably don't see it as much as I should, is keep your pond clean. If you had a cleaner pond, it wouldn't be as big a problem. That the problem you have wouldn't be as great. It would be more manageable. Lots of pond keepers, the husbandry isn't as good as it should be. And that's the reason why I asked the question whether there was a food that would produce less waste and make it simpler so that you can keep your pond cleaner and reduce the problems that are coming.
There is, so there is,
I don't have that problem. Again, massive filtration, but there's a lot that do.
But Paul, right? So the answer to that problem for you is I've got bigger filtration, so I don't have to be as hands-on with it, right?
Yeah.
But if you haven't got that, you've got to be hands-on, or you've got to reduce the feed.
I mean, to be honest, like we're talking about Koi with the waste. Obviously, we're talking about the physical waste. I think the poop. But then again, if you've got the drum, my drum cleans every 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not just the whole point is we've had difference in the liquid waste, so the way the ammonia gases in as well. So
right, hang on, let me just stop you there a minute, Rick. I don't mean to jump in. Gaz, I just want to say, mate, that I'm covering your show, and I didn't put GKP in the title, and I apologise, mate.
You should have done.
I've done it all this morning.
Oh, that is a joke.
So, don't worry, mate. I love you lots, and I hope you're having a good holiday, pal.
Yeah, have a nice holiday.
He was till he saw this and was like, "Oh my god!"
I want you to know that fish turned up today pristine. I think you packed it probably. Looks like your band work.
So go back to what you're saying with ammonia and nitrite.
So so the waste product is the physical poop shit, as you call it, is only a negligible bit of the waste. The actual ammonia they produce through the gills and the waste product through pumping out excess protein. And again, we got to a massive. So koi foods are designed to do different things. So custom Ray's got a load of big old fish that aren't growing. You're just maintaining them. Customer B's got a load of tozai at 28 degrees that they want to perform. The dietary needs and how they perform is massively different, isn't it? So it's just you can't put everything into one basket, because someone that might go, actually, I've used Aqua growth food, phenomenal. The fish have done really well. The next person uses it goes, holy shit, I've never seen so much waste produced. And they're feeding different age fish doing different things. Yeah. So the waste produced is different, the same diet, but different for different ponds because of what they're doing with the fish.
Actually, I really like, is it Jeroen? The one from Holland with the glasses that looks like, what's the guy from Minions called?
Gru.
He looks like Gru. You know, he's a proper food buff, right? And he produces his own food, kind of like FD. He's an FD sort of spokesman and all that kind of stuff. And he was explaining to me, that, like, you know, like it's like puppy food, isn't it? Like, you know, Tozai need a different amount of proteins and a different kind of food, and not only size wise, but a different makeup of food than a koi that's 4 or 5 years old that's in the running for a GC. They like that kind of koi needs less protein and stuff, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the whole point of it. So different foods offer different fish, and also different foods a different pot. It's not a simple thing, which is why what we're doing is for us. It's nothing really. What we're doing is for my own benefit, not for anyone else's. But like Paul says, he wants to find a food that produces less waste. That might be a good food or a bad food, but you can produce food that will produce less waste. That's one. If that was an objective for someone that's got a pond that wants clear water, less filter maintenance, and to keep the fish ticking over, then there'll be a diet that will do that for you. But what we're trying to do is something slightly different. We're just trying to see what will perform in terms of
in a commercial environment,
skin quality, color development. The water clarity to me, and to be fair, the waste production, the settlement chambers are all different, because we've got gammarus, snails, we've got all sorts going on that are dealing with the waste that most people won't have in their ponds. So that's not fair from that side of it. What we're just trying to see is X amount of food goes in, X amount of fish and quality comes out. Good point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you as well, Gary. Be good.
See,
No, I can't. That's true.
it's very true.
But mate, my favourite thing was the Nexus, mate. I used to love my Nexus. It was amazing.
And
Something
we don't use drums
special.
on the farm at all.
Yeah, something special about a Nexus. I love it.
Oh, mate, yeah, that's what I use. I mean, you know, but it's a huge topic, you know, food and water management. You know, how many times have we been on here week on week and we still answer questions? Sometimes the same questions, but then other times something else just creeps in that creates that discussion point, you know, that hasn't really been covered. You know, it's
what a lot of people worry about is you chuck the food in and water, the fish eat it, and water clarity or the waste. That's their biggest concern. But actually, what the fish do with the food should be a bigger concern. But a lot of people don't really see that. In short term, you buy a bag of food, you chuck it in. Holy shit, my water's gone brown and it's a bit scummy looking. The fact the fish have doubled in size in 2 weeks.
That's right.
They don't know. And that's different hobbyists, different horses for courses, isn't it?
And again, it all comes down to what you want to achieve in your pond. So, you know, and this is always a bit of a bone of contention, you know, where when you're picking fish, everybody wants the best fish that they can get for their money, right? Don't matter whether you're paying £10,000 or fucking £10. You want the best fish for your money that you think. But like I was saying to Paul yesterday, show people are the worst customers in the world, because that they'll try and tick as many of the boxes that cover all of the technicals as much as they possibly can. All right. Somebody that has got a pond that they like the look of sometimes get turned off because they see this is an amazing fish, it's got that, it's got this, but they'll go, oh, I'm going to leave it because it's not quite right, and they'll never achieve that with a small budget in comparison to what show people spend at times. Not all the time, may I add, right? But then they'll take that fish away, and you touched on this. So I didn't have nothing to do with that fish growth, Rick, earlier on your most unique award that was supplied by you. It all then comes down to how you like structure what it is that you want to achieve, and that is where people fall to bits, because they'll feed the wrong food at the wrong temperatures. And I have seen your comment with regards to colour and balance. I'll come back to that. You know, they'll feed, oh, I'm going to feed Saki growth, but then they haven't got warm enough water. So actually, they're throwing good money to bad, because the performance of that food at a low temperature water is not going to do what it should do, because the fish.
Worse than that, mate. This is the argument I have. It's worse than that. If you feed too high a protein food at too low a temperature, the fish change how they use the diet, and they will excrete multiple times more ammonia. You're basically paying to create more waste, and it might not be visible waste, but more waste to damage your water quality. So you're paying to have worse water.
Absolutely, and this is where when you're giving the advice back in store, and you ask what you feed. I'm feeding growth and colour. Right? Are you in heated water? No. Well, straight away you're defeating the whole object, and everything that you're doing is wrong based on your diet. You're not going to achieve what we see the likes of Lee achieve, because Lee's on a constant temperature. He's on a structured diet, right, and he's conditioning his fish all the way through, piece by piece, right. And people don't grasp that aspect sometimes. So when you actually pull them away from having to spend 400 quid on sake that they're not using correctly, right, you feel like you're the worst salesman in the world, because actually for the store, I've now lost X amount of money because I'm saying go to this food because it's better suited for you.
Would you not just drop them under balance though? And
absolutely.
If that's what they want to spend the money on, just go off the growth, come under balance, and you've got a pretty good all rounder of a food if you want it. If you want to have sake.
But this is where I think the peer pressure for sake being the best food, and it is the best food.
It is.
At the moment. I mean, people out there. I mean, Lee's trialing Dionysius food. So is Rick. Right, let's see what that does. I mean, I don't know the price of Dionysius food, but I dare say it's around the same.
Cheap as chips, mate.
No, it ain't. It's got Dionysius written on the bag. But again, the other thing is with what Rick's doing with his trial. I see a comment earlier say it would be better to do a like for like for all the same variety of koi, but that's not what Rick's trying to achieve. He's not trying to see what produces the best kahaku. He's trying to see the best general all-rounder. But I would like to see not just 10 weeks. I would like to see what it does in that sort of environment on a food trial over the course of a year or 2 years. Right?
You could do one, mate.
No, I'm not saying, but that's what I'd like to see, because I'd like to see what happens when you're feeding it over a huge period, rather than a 10-week period. I would like to see when them fish start to grow into a 30, 40 cm fish, and their whole metabolism changes on how they process the food, how the color develops, how the body line stays, whether, and again, that all then comes back to structure. But if you could do it, that's what I would like to see, because sake is tried and tested. And we know that because we see it in the show scene, or apparently we see it in the show scene, because a lot of people say that they feed sake and they fucking don't. They're just afraid to say they don't a lot of the time because they think that that's what they should say.
Because they want to fit in.
Exactly.
Well, I'll come out of that then, because I'm feeding FD. I bought a load of FD. All my fish.
FD food's really good.
No.
The Danichi food I'm feeding at the moment, what have I been on it? How long ago was the national?
4 or 5 weeks.
4 or 5 weeks. I mean, I'm just feeding the Danichi growth, the color up, and then an FD sinking. Do you know what I mean? And there's no, the fish love it. I've had no negatives. But it's just keeping exactly. I can see everything's exactly the same as it was on sake. I don't see any downfalls or any, bonuses. It seems to be quite.
Do we know where Dionysius food is being prepared?
FD. It's FD food.
It's FD food. Right. Okay.
The problem is, but the price is basically the same as sake.
It's about the same as sake. Yeah.
Basically,
There's nothing in it.
You've not recreated a cheap food. You just got
Another good food.
another good food at the same price.
So is it,
Well, I
is
think actually,
It,
I
is,
think
it
Have you done a
FD, is it FD's
comparison?
growth food? Is it FD's growth food packaged
no,
in a
it's
Dainese
no,
wrapper?
no, it's not. It is a Dainese recipe made in the FD factory. But like the FD foods, if you go to the wholesale sales in Japan, the FD foods will be about 75 quid for a bag, and the sake food would be about 50. So in Japan, the FD food is actually more expensive off the shelf, but it's working out about the same price here. So at least you're seeing a little bit more. Well, I don't know. In my mind, if it's a better quality and it's more expensive in Japan and we're paying the same for it in the UK, then actually we ain't getting shafted quite so much on the old pedigree side. Do you know what I mean?
So Pedigree supplies sake over in the UK. So people,
Yeah,
They
but
do.
yeah, pedigree is the ones that ship in the sake from into the UK. But yeah,
Under
and
license.
actually, when as for retail, we really need another couple of foods
to
to
choose from, to
yeah,
juggle.
well, to go head to head with sake, because at the minute in the top tier category they dominate because nothing touches it. So
Yeah.
if we get that, then there's potential there for price wars to go on. Because
It's
if
difficult to
they
do though. It's
outperform
because it's
the
like,
other, they've got to change their pricing to try and entice the customer back.
I mean, it's difficult to do. I mean, I do believe there's a better food than sake out there, and I truly do believe it, and I know where it is, and I know it is on coming to the UK hopefully soon, and that's Odecan food. That stuff is the nuts. The like it is the nuts, and hopefully it'll be over here at some, well, as soon as we can get it over here. But like, I mean, there's talks between certain people for that to come over at the moment, and it's going all the way through the courts and legal stuff. But I can't wait. That's going to be another nice food in the top three to juggle around, and then and then there can be a price war where they're going to go, oh, actually, sake, we're not selling so much now because these are the same price, and that we've got to lower the price. Yeah, so they can. There's some fighting going on then, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? And hopefully, it will lower a little bit.
Is this a place to talk about food sales strategies?
Is that way?
If
Well,
anything,
Why not?
I'm not talking about food sales strategies at all. I'm looking at it from a consumer point of view, right? If there's one brand dominating the market, right, because it shows that it's the best. If we get a couple more in, right, hopefully prices come down so it becomes more accessible to more koi keepers. That's how I see it. I don't care about strategies. I have, I can't say what sake is going to do or what FD food or any of them. In my head,
it's
it
still
would be nice
obviously
to see.
Japanese food, but the reason we're trialing not just Nutrimare but Dajiwa, the ingredient list on that is phenomenal. Like phenomenal. So it's like, well, how are they producing this food at that price? So, and both of them haven't got retailers, so they're both coming in and being sold by private.
How much is that? Is that food from Japan? Is it, Rick? I've never heard of it.
They've got Chinese. What's a Nutrimare?
It's Chinese.
The Chinese is coming from China, obviously. That's the name.
China.
But it might not be. It might be made in fucking Europe for all
But
we
the
know.
point is, so you've got diets that are there. So yeah, that's why we want to look at them, because we're open to whatever. It's not rocket science.
How much is that? How much is that Chinese food to work out to be?
It's on eBay, mate. The only place he's selling it is on eBay at the minute, and it's £8 or £9 a kilo.
What's it called, Rick?
It's sold under Mark's Pride and Joy Koi, and honestly, it's in the trial. I can't tell you the results because it's still ongoing.
Rick, have you seen any? Have you got an inkling as to which way things are going when you're looking at it?
I don't think the problem is it's not. Like I said, there's not going to be a winner. There will be outcomes that reflect price, quality, how they want to feed on it. Nutrimed is a bit different. The way that the way they digest that and the way it smells is a different food. Be it good or bad, it is definitely
different.
Different.
Really stinks. I couldn't bear the smell of it.
Stinks.
I was just
Don't let it wet. Don't get it wet for too long, mate. Oh my days. But
It's
It
fairly
smells
local.
like horses to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, smells like something. I bought a bag of it, and that was it for me. Purely and simply on
that's
my
the thing,
hands.
isn't it? So in your head, you open a bag of sake, you go, "Oh, it smells a bit chocolatey and yeasty. It's lovely."
Yeah.
And you open another bag of food, and you go, "Oh, I don't like that."
Yeah.
And you're already in your head. You kind of set yourself up, which is why we're going to just be boom, honest. What it is, what it does.
That's interesting. It is an interesting topic. It's very. I mean, it's vast. Once
The
you've bought
Chinese
fish,
food is a lot lighter, so that's one of our big problems. You can't measure it; it's got to be done weight because it's a lighter food. I don't know.
So 5 kilos is coming in at 56 quid.
5
So, you know,
kilos.
5 kilos. So that's what, £11 a kilo at 5 kilos.
Jesus,
It's
that's
probably
more
less than that,
expensive. That's
bigger bag.
more expensive than sake, isn't it? No, what's sake? It's about the same, isn't it?
No, sake is not. No.
How much is sake? How much are all the foods a
like.
kilo? How much are they a kilo, roughly?
No idea.
I don't know. I think the only way you've got to buy it by an amount, 15 kilos of each, to be fair.
So
Well, you'll be able to.
85 quid for 5 kilos of sake on balance.
Yeah, but you wouldn't buy it 5 kilos. Can you get those? You
No,
can't.
but people really do, Lee.
Really?
Yeah, because you've got to
Wow.
remember, people have got different ideas. So they feed a good food. That 5 kilos will last them a whole season because they just put.
I suppose so. It's just a really expensive way to do it, isn't it? Obviously, like the short term outlay is really expensive that way.
That's what I mean. When you start changing or sort of seeing it from so many different levels, it's like, for me, you're not really gaining much by having a 5 kilo bag that'll last you 2 months. You know, you might as well save your money.
Yeah,
Anyway,
or ask a mate to chip in with you.
A proper amount, because obviously a 10 kilo sack of the Chinese stuff is a big stack, and then a 10 kilo sack of Nutrimed comes in like a little handbag.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've done in the shop, right? So if you look at the Tetra pond range, okay, they state #1 koi food, right? They probably sell the most in the UK, hands down, right? But when you look at a price of, this is where it changes, 20 litres, not kilos, right? You're seeing 1.4 kilos, right? Because it's like Rice Krispies. It's made of nothing, right? And then when you actually work out how much 20 kilos of that costs, or 15 kilos of that, and then you compare it to sake, you're actually paying 4 times as much money for Tetra in the same weight as what you do for 15 kgs of sake balance.
Crazy, isn't it? They're clever.
It's mental, mate. You know, and that really annoys me. But when I show people that, and I tell them the difference in what will happen with a fish, they'll reach for a 5 kilo bag and just use that for a whole month, a whole season. Some people, you know, but the old people love it because it's got a beautiful yellow bag. It's 20% extra free. That's always extra free. There's no extra free in it. It's all priced for that. It's, you know, marketing and shelf and wanting to put your hand on it, right? It brings people in to pick it up. They'll walk. The way that I've got my shelf set up in store, you've got Takazumi, sake, then you've got Medikoi, then you've got Shark Aquatics, which is a new, like, just a basic feed, and then Tetra. So I'll put Tetra right at the back, and everyone walks straight past all the better brands and go straight to Tetra. The thing is, when you look at a 15 kg bag of sake, it's a brown paper bag, right?
Yeah.
People,
which I like, but people don't see the value in it then.
Right, but you know, it's not put on the shelf to make you pick it up. If you look at a 5 kilo bag or a 2 kilo bag, it's in tinfoil, a tinfoil shiny bag. But again, people go straight past it because they see the price and they don't understand what it is that they're buying.
So would I buy, if I had a pond, let's say I had 1,500 gallon pond, and I've got some koi in there that I quite like, I'll never show them. Would it be Takazumi that you would say was the best food to go for? All I need is those fish to live. I need those fish to live, and I need those fish to survive my filtration. If I can put it that way.
The only reason the way that I put the foods in our shop the way that I did, right, is because I pretty much put them 1 through to 5. All right, sake was first initially, right, but just the way that the shelves ended up being, Takazumi took first place. So the first 2 shelving units that we've got, meterage, right, belongs to Takazumi and sake, because that's what I would say to people to use, right? So you've got what I call the Michelin star diet, your sake, and then you've got your mid-range pub grub, all right, Takazumi. And when you do your comparisons, Medikoi and Takazumi are a comparison. Sake is compared to nothing in our store. If I had FD food in, I would do sake and FD food as a comparison, right? But there's no point in me putting that amount of shelf space out because it's a slow burner, right? The shelves sell more Takazumi than what they do sake, so we give that the pride of joy space.
And
how
much is Takazumi? Because I have bought it, but it's a lot.
Right, so go at 15 kg, you're looking at 120 quid for 15 kg.
Oh, right, yeah. Right.
You know, you go in a 2.5 kilo tub, 17.
What is it? Is it like? Is it the similar kind of performance? Is that the right word? To balance?
No, don't touch it.
Hold on. I'm talking about a 15 kilo bag of Takazumi that's going to cost me 120 quid. Would that have the similar protein levels, the fat levels, the ash levels, all of those? If you took it and you roughly looked at it,
yeah,
would that be similar to
well, it all
balance?
depends, because Takazumi is, again, another. It comes in about 9 different varieties.
Oh, does
right?
it?
So
right.
you can still use it to do what you're trying to achieve with your koi. Probably more so. I mean, they do good things like 70-30% split for floating and sinking. So they've actually got a mixture.
Already mixed up for you.
Yeah, and then they've got colour, then they've got growth, then they've got a wheat germ, and then they've got a balance. They've also got junior.
And are you paying a premium for that service, if you like, for one of the
No, you're not, and that's what I like when people are not right, because I really think that people misuse sake, in my opinion. Right, sake is not a requirement; it's more of a show person's food, in my opinion, or somebody that is very keen in the hobby, so they can keep they track their water temperatures, they feed the right diet to the fish in the right environment, right? That's what sake is about, right? But when you look at Takazumi, the temperature ranges are so vast that, again, it's a cheaper food, and if you're not showing, you're still going to get good color, you're still going to get decent growth. If you're in an unheated pond, it's even more attainable, because when you look at the temperature spikes that we're getting in the UK, right, when you can see a 10-degree swing from midday to 8 o'clock in the evening when we're still feeding, that temperature in the water, if that drops 10 degrees, you're changing the whole parameter of the water, and therefore a completely different diet may actually be negative to what you're trying to achieve. Yeah, and this is where I think it's very, very hard for people to achieve results that they want without understanding what they can do. So when I say, right, what do you want to, are you just keeping your fish? Do you want to grow them? If you want to grow them, right,
everybody's going to say yes to that, though, aren't they? Everybody wants to, when you walk, everybody wants to have huge, big fish, no matter what you're doing. Everybody's going to say, yeah, I want to achieve that. But, is it attainable with their kit that they've got?
But big fish to you, Paul, right? Big fish to me and big fish to all of us here, right? They are your 90 plus CM koi, right?
Yeah.
people that are everyday koi people, right?
80,
They'll come in
85.
and say, "Oh, I lost one of my best fish. It was massive," and then they'll show 40 cm.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So you know, when you're looking at
And
what you think is big and what someone else's think is big, you say, "Oh, I'm not going to go and feed that person." I'm going to say, "Right, you need sake." Right. You will see loads better growth, loads better. Actually, that's not the case. Right. That's a bad salesman to do that. I'm going to say, right, what are you feeding? Tetra. Get off that. Let's have a look at Medikoi and Takazumi. Right. Because you will see lots better in that. It's one of them. It depends, right? So koi is such a massive scope of things. It's not everyone's a show person. People want to be show people, but when it comes to showing, and we'll look at the condition in a minute, Paul. All right, the lengths that people go
No,
for
that's
is
it.
by miles apart. If you want to be a serious contender, as you know, do you not use sake white?
yeah, I
Lee,
have done this time.
have you used sake white?
I have. I don't think it's worth the money though. Chuck some extra
Right.
garlic in there, does the same shit.
But again, it's right. But then when we look at the digestion rates of sake white and what that actually does with a food content, where it actually stops the staining of the skin, and that's what it does. It removes all of those staining aspects. Becomes a lot more.
Yeah, but how long have you got it, mate? I mean, 5 kilos of it is. How much is 5 kilo of it again?
180 quid or something.
180 quid. 5
Something
kilo.
like that. Yeah,
I do a kilo a day.
yeah, I know.
How
mate,
long
yeah.
have you got to run that food through the fish for before the
Absolutely.
Dude, I might
Right.
I might have enough pennies to buy a drum, but I ain't fucking stupid.
But Lee, right? Again, you use
Put it right
an
on.
ounce of common sense in that, right?
Mm.
Again, it's in your budget, right? And
Yeah,
that takes
exactly.
me back to what I said earlier. What's in your budget?
Mm.
If you was a multi-millionaire, Lee,
Yeah,
right,
well,
and you
that's
was in the
peanuts,
key
isn't it?
scene, you know, you're going to use that to get that
Mm.
extra edge in the show scene, right?
But you don't feed it the same
way.
way either, do you?
No,
You're
you
not
don't.
feeding it like you. So you might only feed 1% body weight instead of 5% body weight. So you'll cut your amount of food you feed down just to like pure. You're literally just giving them a.
And of course, you're going to do that because you've moved into the last 6 weeks by when you start to do that. So you the growth and everything, you've done it all. That's all done and dusted, and it's purely and simply getting them conditioned in that.
Conditioning up.
Yeah, that's all you're doing. So you know,
I think that we've done this.
I
Let's do this
seriously,
condition.
I seriously think with the white food, I mean, the amount that would condition the Saroji, I think is, I mean, just look for better tozai when you're bettering them. Just look for better tozai with better Saroji, and then you don't need it.
That's not always the case, though.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think when you select the tozai, mate, I think you just look for that. That's a major quality, isn't it? Is the skin quality and the Saroji?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yes,
right. Atsushi's in the comments. All right.
You should try these, mate. Look, they are blue,
Yeah,
and they'll turn. And you're saying they'll turn you white.
mate. These make your teeth look white, and
right. Atsumi. All right. I'll put a question out to you because you're in the comments. What is the Japanese way of improving Shiroji?
Why don't you bring Atsumi on?
Because
Yeah.
I don't know his number to send him a link. I mean, what is it? When you're looking at certain things when it comes to conditioning, Lee, you take us through what you're doing when you're preparing for a show. Obviously, you're on a feeding diet, right?
Well, okay. This is
then
how
leading up to the show. What do you do?
Okay, so I mean, mate, this is my 5th show in season, mate. I'm not an expert on it. There's people are probably into like about 30 years
I
showing.
don't think you need to be, right? So again, everyone.
Okay, so
over the years, Lee, right, from your first show to now, right, you've changed so much because you listened and you've applied. Without a shadow of doubt, that's happened, right? And it's all documented in your videos to see. All right. So knowing what you knew then and what you knew now, it's not about being an expert. It's about what you do to condition your fish to take to a show.
So all I do is obviously I'll watch the feeding habits. I feed them Saki growth and color, 70-30 mix, 75-35 with a little bit of sinking just to keep them from splitting dorsal fins and stuff. And I'll feed that. I mean, I'll keep raising the feed up for as much as they want. They can eat as much as they want. If they're clearing it every feed in that about 15-minute window, mate, I'll keep upping it, and I keep upping it and upping it. And then about 4 weeks from the show, then come off the color. And then about 2 weeks from the show, then I'll lower it down to 18C. So obviously, I'm working on the Siroji and the Benny and the body for the majority of the year, and then coming off the color then to start conditioning the Siroji, sorry, and then lowering it down then to 18, obviously to intensify the Sumi, to bring that up a little bit, and then a week off the food, and then I mean that's pretty much all you can do, really, isn't it?
Do you do any parasite checks?
Well, okay, so I do a PP. Well, actually, literally tonight, I'm doing a PP ready for the show in next weekend.
Okay,
But
and some people would say that's not good. So, what's the purpose of you doing a PP treatment?
Because I've had a new fish put in today for a start,
Yep.
but that's
Yep.
not the reason. So I give them 24 hours and then I'll do a PP. But it's just, I mean, like everyone's different, but I do a PP once a month. I like PP once a month just to revitalize the pond. That's what I do, and I've not had no problem since I've been doing it.
Okay, so Paul, you're a show person,
Yeah.
all right? Talk us through, because
Pretty similar. It's pretty similar. Pretty similar.
Yeah,
The only thing,
but it's similar, but it's not exact, right? So
yeah, it's and everybody's different. And I could talk to you. I mean, I name it's like if you go to Bob Robson, who's been doing it years, or Paul Williams. You know, these are people I know, friends of mine. You know, Willie Morland. They all do it differently. So everybody has their own regimes and what have you. But as a general way of looking at it, if you were to start off showing, which is what I thought about because I knew we were going to do this. I would start off a lot earlier with it. I would start off in the spring because I think the biggest thing, and this is Alan cracking on about this, is water quality. So you've got to have the water quality, and that's why I was banging on about the waste earlier. It's water quality is what gets your fish to a situation where you can look at them 6 weeks from the shore and say, right, if I change this and move this, then it'll improve them. And water quality of your pond is so important, and that's got to start. Well, I mean, I don't feed my fish in January through to March. I stop the food altogether, and then start again in March, and that's when I'm really starting the whole process. Is way back then, and I'm looking at that water quality all the way through. But I do trash it, and I do trash it by feeding growth, sinking, and colour food. You know, and it destroys your water, and you've got to be onto it all the time to keep the water in some sort of pristine manner. It's those heavy foods are really crap it up. And the other thing that I noticed is what about shearers? I stop 6 to 8 weeks before the shows when I stop the colour food and the growth food, and that's because I've got shearer series in the pond, like 3 of them on the go. And I know with one of them, if I keep the colour going for, say, 4 weeks, the heads are just gone. You know, her head will be just yellow, like a big, deep, creamy yellow. Are you back?
Cheers, Paul.
Yeah, damn it.
that looks lovely, Paul. That black screen, pal. That.
It's bollocks. That's me touching the screen because I've got that many people coming on to me complaining what I'm saying is rubbish. Let me go.
Tell them to fucking do one while you're live.
Yeah.
Trying to put if you slide your phone down, you can put it on do not disturb.
Can I?
Oh, mate,
No,
don't do that. It'll fucking hang up.
Nah,
and
I'm the worst
ring the
one in the
Queen.
world.
Well, she's dead, but well, still got Camilla, I suppose. Right.
But the problem is, if you feed in a regime to do your fish for a show, it might not fit all of your fish. You're doing something to fit a particular shear at Surrey that's going to look terrible if you feed colour.
Yeah.
But you might be doing a disservice to half your other fish.
Yeah, you really got to juggle it, haven't you?
You got to balance it up, and nothing's equal.
Yeah, but what you've got to,
It's
what
right,
you've
Right,
right,
got,
right.
yeah, but that's what you've got to do when you've got that balance is you've got to look at Chiro series if you're going to show them, but and you've got to start 68 weeks beforehand, and then stop feeding all the colour, get rid of that, and then I'll go on to a wheat germ. I'm onto a wheat germ feed,
okay,
and
right.
then
So right, I'm going to interrupt there, Paul.
yeah.
Right, what's the purpose of you going on wheat germ? Do you know
What
why you're doing it?
scientifically, no. What I've found over the years is that I always see Shiroji. So I use this fairly cheap wheat germ food that just keeps them ticking over. And what I see, and success has proved it right, is that the whites on the fish, and I'll use that rather than Shiroji, the whites do become intense, and they really shine and pop. And once you get the whites up, then it seems as though all the other colours, whatever fish you've got, always seem to be look
Right.
better on the Saturday, which is what we're aiming for.
Okay.
And I
So
use wheat germ to get that. And
what about
this year I've used that Saki white stuff.
with wheat germ or?
I'd started them off with a wheat germ feed, and that's Saki white's wheat germ, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah,
what
that's
it
pretty
is.
much what it is.
So
Right. So
I put them on that, and it's hard to tell because it's just a gut feeling. But I would, if you could afford it, I think you do get
have
a
you
result
looked
out
at
of it.
what the ingredients are in Saki white versus wheat germ?
In depth, yeah, I did at the time, and I thought, right, we'll go with it.
Right.
I
So
wanted to do it this year because this year I've got two different shows to go to, and I wanted to see which way it went, and I wanted to have a go at it and see if it gave me. But remember, this is not scientific. None of what we do is really got to giving you a. It's all just an interpretation of what you feel your particular fish are achieving.
but there's also a skill level. So the other thing that no one has brought up is getting the balance correct. Because if you've got a Sankey, you're looking at Shiroji, Benny, and Sumi. And
Yeah,
quite often, you to try and get. I mean, the GC at the BKKS on the Sunday, right? All of those three colours for the size of that fish was bang on the button, right? To achieve that in a fish on its own is next level.
Yeah, but it's not even achieving that on the fish for that show. How big was that fish?
That's what I'm saying. At that level, Lee,
That's been maintained all its life.
Absolutely, and that in itself,
Skill.
other than where it come from, that's irrespective, right? Because that fish could have come in my pond and I'd fucking batter it. The colours would not do what that Carl
I won the GC at Kahaku.
Yeah, GC was at Kahaku.
Sorry, guys.
Reserve GC was Ian Jenkins's Sankey, wasn't it?
No, Carl Bates, weren't it? I can't remember the name of the exhibitor off the top of my head, but again, getting all them three colours balanced, right? So if you're looking at your prize koi, the one that you like the most, that you think has got the best chance, right? Are you looking at changing anything to make sure that you're improving that fish more for the best chance of taking whatever title that can do?
Well, yeah, because that's what you do. Everybody's got some kind of fishing that's never going to go to a show in the pond. So what you're doing is at the 8-week stage, you're identifying which fish are going to go to which show or a show, have a chance of doing it. So your whole regime is going to be based. For instance, if I thought that my Shiro Tsuri wasn't going to have a chance of going to the show, then there would have been a whole different regime. I would have possibly gone a bit earlier, a bit longer with the growth with the colour food, because I'm looking at Kahaku and I'm looking at the Benny with them. So yes, you do change depending on which fish you're going to take.
What about you, Lee? Do you just stick to a one cut fits all sort of regime?
Yeah, that's it. Again, I'm a massive believer in You got to work with what you've got. Mate, I've got 2 shearers in the pond now, and I've picked those shearers out of a load of DK shearers purely on their Saroji quality, because I know, like, they look fine. They're on a colour food, but they look fine. I mean, that's the first thing I really always pick, mate. Is the Saroji quality is really important for the show scene, and when if you pick the right genetics and a really good Saroji on all the fish that you currently buy, waiting to sort of like condition them for the shows for that intention, I think really concentrating on getting a good Saroji is just, it's just a tick in the box. It's just something you don't have to worry about so much when you're conditioning them.
Yeah, I'll get that.
You know, because like for instance, now I've had quite a few shearers. I've had some shearers from Okawa, which were always yellow, and I've had shearers from Omosako, which were always white. So the different bloodlines. I tried taking some of the shearers from Okawa to shows, but dude, I could have let those eat bloody snow all their life, and they still ain't going to be as white as an Omosako that's been feeding on 50% colour food. So that's what I'm saying. It's if you want to fish for a show, I think that's one of the first things you should look at is Shiroji, because you can't change it. You can intensify the Benny. You can, drop heat, or hopefully the Sumi will come out with the genetics and all that kind of stuff. You can work on the body. But Shiroji is difficult, isn't it? That's the natural skin, and it's got to be good. I think that's the first thing I look for really when I'm buying stuff.
Okay.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Rick?
That's a good question, Paul. I'll come back to that in a minute. But what? Yeah, come on, Rick. What's your take on
the skin quality? I think the thing we're all missing is the Shiroji. But whatever color you're talking about, if you haven't got the skin quality and that sort of decent mucus layer, there's the shine to them. That's what makes a good fish special, isn't it?
Mm. That's it.
That's something that you do.
Both Lee and Paul are both blessed with really good water. Right, it's soft as shit. Right, where I live, the water is so hard, right, that you have to change your skill set and what you focus on a huge amount more than what Paul or Lee will do. So, if I was to fire this one over, right, this question. So if when you're looking at your fish, and let's say you've got a good stock of Sankey available to you, right, and you've got good quality bodies, right, but when you're looking at them, you are seeing that your Sumi is too strong, i.e. that looks banging, but your Shiroji is too dull. How do you condition your Shiroji then? If that's what you're seeing, and I'm going to spin that in a minute to go. What will happen if the Sumi is too weak, but the Shiroji is too bright, because your Sumi doesn't look as good?
I don't think
there's different. Like I say, you can change the food. So basically, you're saying you're feeding wheat jam to improve the Shiroji,
but we're missing so much other stuff, Rick.
You could use pearl barley. That's so you could pay.
Which is what I just brought up.
You could use pearl barley. Basically, vitamin C is something that helps the Shiroji. So where you get the vitamin C from is something that helps it. There's certain elements in nutrients that will help different color, different water parameters. So yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think you should fight. If you've got a water source that is incredibly hard, use it to your benefit. Don't fight it.
Yeah.
Use it to get
the
best
right,
out of
the varieties that thrive in it.
Buy varieties that are going to suit that water.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at the end of the day, if you bought 20 Goshki and they've all gone to shit because they've all become too dark and got shimmies and whatever, that's not for me. But every Kahaku I got looks banging.
Yeah.
I always feel that the hardest one to get right is always going to be the Sumi. That's always the one element which you get is a difficult one to get right. That's there in the basic DNA of the fish.
That is the DNA and temperature to a little bit, but yeah, that you can't put. I've got an amazing shower at the moment, and that sumi is coming up and up and up. It's just something that you got to wait for.
Yeah.
You say that, I disagree.
What you?
100%, because I think you can bring sumi out quite comfortably with the right conditions.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah, yeah, you can, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. Again, I'm just saying
So-
that because of my pond. I know how it progresses in my pond, and I've got to wait for it.
Soft water. Paul's got soft water, and you're both saying, "Oh, it's the hardest one," but actually, I'm not
For a
so
lot
sure.
of people, it's probably the easiest. Yeah.
One of those. If you know the triggers and you know the genetics, what that fish needs to become what it is, if it's capable of doing it, because some fish aren't, then again, it's the same thing. Work with your water, and if you've got water that is not good to bring out sumi, don't fight that battle.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to throw some white diets in. All right, so we know that Hikari white, Saki Hikari white, is a wheat germ formula. Multi-season, all right, doesn't contain any color enhancing ingredients that is produced by Saki and is also super expensive. JPD Fuji Sakura, again a balanced, high quality white safe diet. Medicarp regular is again no spirulina, and it states to support immune and skin health, and wheat germ or growth, but only in the basic for EA. Again, is another good diet for enhancing white colours. So there's a lot out there, and the only one we mentioned was Saki or pearl barley, right? But the other thing that I think has been missed is water parameters, all right, nitrate on and what that actually does to a show quality koi. When you and this is again, you don't have to monitor your nitrate in your pond as a rule, but if you're going into the show scene, the adverse effects nitrate has on skin is huge. It can really cause dulling of the skin. All right, so how do you reduce nitrate in your water, Rick?
For me, in the plants, mate.
Yeah.
Plants are magic. You can't beat them.
But there is
change, but we can't water change on that level.
Does I might be wrong, but zeolite does that?
No, that's basically it's an ammonia absorber.
What's the other one? Not pomestone. What's the other one? There's another one that adds mineral into the water as it's filtering as well, that reduces nitrate. Zeolite clay.
Yeah, but it might bind it up. It doesn't really.
What you thought? I wouldn't have thought that would do it.
It really does. And another thing that we haven't spoken about is clay and how important clay is, right? Especially if you're looking at your sumi development. When you look at the clay, and again, different clays have different ingredients and something you've got to look at. So fuck clay, not fuck, but fuck, F-U-K, all right, silicon based, all right. Back to plus clay, silicon based. All right, and it's how you then administer that. You can actually use that to bring back your sumi even deeper than what it is. And when you then start coupling it with like what Lee does and what Paul does, right, then you will potentially see another layer of depth when you start putting that in, even if it's just adding it to the diet as well. And that, because a lot of people don't do that. It's like clay, I think, is really, really important when you're looking at conditioning koi. And another thing is too much sun is also not good for sumi development either. So if you're trying to enhance your sumi by having a shade sail over the top of your pond, right, that's another way of bringing the sumi out with water temperature drops as well. Lowering your nitrates. Lee and Paul both sit on a low KH anyway, so the skin's always going to look good, right? There's just so much involved with it. And one thing that I'm going to throw in the mix here, doing research into this, has anyone ever heard of doing a green tea dip?
A green tea dip.
Mate, they're koi, not Shaolin monks.
Yeah.
No, I agree, but
Yeah.
apparently it's a very good antitoxin. And if you use one tea bag per 100 gallon of water, I think it said. I'd have to do. I'll double check.
That's it. I'm going to put some tea bags in my moving bed tomorrow.
Green tea into a dip, it again really enhances skin condition. Maybe,
But then again, you've got to take the koi out, which is stressing it out, to stick it in a tea in a bowl of tea. I think that's just doing more good than more bad than more the harm than good. I think.
Right, Atsumi, right? This is a Japanese thing that they use. I don't know if it's still practiced now, but looking through conditioning and the articles that I've read through, when you get into the Japanese element, the green tea. I mean, you know what they're like in Japan for green tea. If you want a cup of tea, it's green tea, right?
They love it.
They love it. And what I've seen in some of the Japanese articles that I've read is that green tea dips are something that they use for koi for conditioning as an antitoxin. So, you know, that again might be something that's worth exploring for people that want to look at it.
Christ, we'll be smothering them in honey soon, wrapping them in honey.
But again, it sounds strange, doesn't it? But how many people, right, you know, and I threw it out there, Rick, because if it's coming from Japanese articles, right,
yeah, but they also could be the translations gone to shit, and it might be. You might just feed them a bit of green tea with your whatever.
You know,
mate, green tea going through their digestive system is probably really good for them. Yeah, it's a natural herb, isn't it?
But it's also, I mean, I'm hoping that Atsumi can come in with if it's something that he's heard of, because it's something that I've read. I don't believe that everything that I've read online, but coming from Japanese articles, it's generally it's either 20-year-old sort of techniques, or it's something that's still practiced. The bit is that we don't know. It's something that I've stumbled across, and I've seen it in a few articles that I've read for conditioning. So, you know, is it something that
going back to something else you're saying, Crafty? You feed this wheat germ is got color conditioning, and everything has. So all the different elements to develop color come from not just spirulina.
Yeah,
literally, it comes from everything. So the Munga mix I do has got more shit in it than people would even comprehend.
Yeah,
but they all give a different element to all those basic colors. They're all there. They can't develop them themselves. So if you don't give it to them,
but there's certain ingredients, Rick, that will stain the skin more than others.
Of course, there is.
That's what I'm getting at when I'm saying what the elements of the skin staining is removed out of them ingredients. You're still going to get color enhancement, but it's not going to be to a point where, you know, krill meal, for instance, is known. I mean, you only look at flamingos, what they eat, and they're pink, but they're actually white birds, so it stains the color. It's exactly
the whole point about saxifrage and stuff, which is used in a lot of foods, was to dye the flesh of trout pink so they look more appetizing.
Yeah.
So when you start dyeing your koi pink, the skin's going to look pink, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's not. Yeah, you've got to put the right elements into the right parts of the fish. It's not. You're not just trying to turn a fish red. You're trying to turn certain elements a certain color, or give them the option to use those elements if the genetics allow them. And that's where more varied diet, I think, plays such a role.
So protein in food, all right?
Sorry, Rick. When you say a more varied diet, do you mean constantly throughout the whole of the season, all the way up to
the whole of their lives, man? Everything. So a fish that's raised like
on that one, if you came up with that one food, you would just continue to use it all the way through.
No, but from the koi you're buying are being raised in different ways. So one farm might be putting those fish out into low stock density natural ponds where they are feeding on a variety of vegetation and insects and whatever, and another farm might be feeding them on an exclusive food in a more intensive situation. It's a build up throughout your life. Everything is a combination, isn't it? You don't just become something.
Yeah, but koi don't stay the same. Koi have a there's a shelf life with koi. All koi have that. And
they do. The thing is, you can extend that shelf life massively beyond comprehension. So we can ruin a koi within its first year quite comfortably. Done it many times.
Yeah.
But we can also take that koi up to 5-6 years old and still be improving by giving it an environment at the right time in the right way.
But is that environment not to do with the water quality rather than the necessarily a perfect food?
No. Yeah, it's not to do with a perfect food. It's to do with the whole ecosystem, isn't it? It's water quality, it's sunlight, it's day length, it's food, it's everything.
It's complex. That's what it is.
Yeah, but because I wear a particular badge, I come at this from a particular angle. So I'm very keen for people who have never shone before to come into the show scene.
Absolutely.
So I think I'm pretty convinced there are certain elements you can do which are fairly basic, fairly simple.
Such as water changes, Paul.
Well, yeah. Well, that's got to cost. I mean, you don't need to go to the
Basic,
extremes
isn't
of
it?
that.
Easy, isn't it? Easy to do, up your water changes.
Yeah, you'll get rid of your
increase the amount of
night
water that
rate.
you're
will come-
changing.
Kicking out though,
The
isn't it?
night rate will come down if you do water changes.
No, that's not true.
Well, this for me, it
is for you, but it's not for me, or not for a lot of people.
Well, because you don't do water changes the way I do.
No, but some of the water sources around us are so bad, the nitrate are higher than what you'd be trying to take out of a pond.
Right.
Yeah.
So if your source water isn't good, water changes.
Yeah, and mine is, sort of like we're blessed with it here.
But what about phosphates? Because phosphates go hand in hand with nitrates, right?
Yeah, I've never tested phosphates. I've
A
never
lot
tested.
of koi keepers don't.
Yeah, I've never tested. The only time I've tested for phosphate was when I had marines many years ago, and that would be the only time I'd use for that.
But again, if you've got a high nitrate pool, what do you do to bring your nitrates down? And plants isn't the answer for everyone. Certainly not the answer for me. My pond is absolutely ridiculous. The rate of nitrates in the pond. It doesn't matter because I don't show my fish.
Yeah,
right? But if I was showing and looking to condition, I would certainly be looking at how to tackle nitrates.
Yeah, well, but I don't have that. I mean, my source water is pretty good, and then it goes through a whole load of canisters, 2 massive big blues full of bone char, and then it goes through one of Andy Finch's RO units, so it comes out. So I've got
it comes out as sterile as you like, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mine. I've got one tap flat out, and I mean it's flat out, and it goes through a big blue with activated carbon from Andy.
Is that the same as the big blue? A big blue.
Yeah, that's the one, and a smaller big blue with bone char. But I haven't changed the carbon for about 2.5 years.
And it's still working for you, right?
It just goes flat out through it. The fish are fine; they're loving life.
When did you last change your carbon?
Gone 2 years ago. I've looked at the channel. It must be about 2 years ago.
Mine's changed every year.
And I mean, I haven't even checked for chlorine. The fish are not flicking. They're happy. Leave them to it.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a look at.
Just put tap water in, Lee.
But then,
and you're just putting your tap water in,
mate. But
it's
to be fair,
tap water.
Mate, his tap water's like.
My tap water's mega
good, mate. You could fill a bath up and keep a koi in it.
There's hardly any chlorine in it. It's like, I think it's 7 out of the tap with 0.5 kH, and that's it. I just courteously put it through the big blue for a laugh, but I don't think I need to.
The problem is you've got good water coming out of the tap.
Lucky, yeah, very lucky, yeah.
A lot of people haven't, have they? A lot. Of
no, I know. Yeah, that's why I'm really lucky about it. Yeah, but like I said, honestly, that I reckon at least half of my pond every week gets turned over. Must do.
I reckon you use more water than we do on a whole farm.
Yeah,
probably. I'm just thank God I'm not on a meter.
Yeah,
and I live on a hill, so it all runs down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I reduced mine. I was running about 750 gallons on I've got a 5,000 gallon pond and a 500 gallon grow on, and I was turning over about 750, and I've dropped that down. That's down. I've pulled it down a little bit, and I've took it down to probably about 500 a week. But maybe it's a touch less.
And have you seen any good results as a
Yeah,
result?
well, there was a discussion some weeks ago. I was thinking again. What I was viewing was that my food, my amount of food that my fish were consuming was less than one of my friends were doing. That I would have said would have been comparable. And that we looked at and we had a chat about it and went, are you putting too much water through it? So I slowed it down and slowed down the amount of fresh water that was going in there. And yeah, there was a change. The fish did start to eat more. I mean, we're talking more food rather than actually eating.
Actually, sorry, Atsumi just put a really good point there about make the fish swim. I've got like one-way flow in mine,
Oh.
and I've literally got 40,000 liters an hour going one way in my pond. My fish just sit there and they're just swimming in a current constantly. Unfortunately, my electric is on a meter, but they love swimming against it. So, and I mean, it's classmate. I think that like it gives great body to your fish when they're exercising, and they consume more food as well. Do you know what I mean? It's really good. They
And
love
again,
that.
that's
They
part
love
of the
that flow.
conditioning. That's a part of the conditioning
Mm.
as well. And when you look at people's fish in the show scene, right, and you see that bit pinching just behind the tail, all right, you can see that they've got good body mass. But
Yeah.
then that little bit pinches in,
And you can see the thickness of the tail.
yeah, and
The
it's
peduncle, yeah, it's proper.
right.
Yeah, but
But
Like Serena Williams' thigh.
well, that's what you're aiming for. But when
Yeah.
you've not got the flow, you can see that the body's there, but
It
the arse
tapers
end
in
of the
too
fish
thin.
pinches in and goes thin. That is down to a few things, sometimes genetics, but also flow and not having enough of it, or the flow in your pond being the correct way.
Mm.
And that,
I'll
I'm
give you
probably
50-50
going to
on that.
disagree.
What's that?
50-50 on that. 50%. Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be too.
A good genetic fish will grow better with a good flow, but a shit body fish will have a shit body, whatever the fuck you do.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't buy them. Don't, when you see them like that, don't buy them.
Shh, Paul.
Don't
Always
buy them.
Right, selling them.
Always fucking buy them, man. You know what I mean?
Don't buy when they're
You're
cricket
bringing them all up to your
bats,
show. All those panhandles.
yeah, don't buy them.
Hey, Lee.
Oh,
There you go.
You all right?
Gorgeous. You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you. So are you.
I know. Anthony tells me every day.
I do. I do. So I'm going to put a question up now. Thank you. Anybody use Saki Deep Red in the Saki range? I'm assuming that was.
Oh, that's me, mate. Dave Bradley from Decoy. And if you don't, please go over and give him a follow and a subscribe.
Saki Deep Red. No, never. Not
No,
yet.
I haven't either.
It's hugely
No.
expensive, that though, isn't it? That's massively expensive.
It's the
It's
same
expensive, but
as
you know what?
Saki White.
Do you know what? I'd be almost scared to use that, like what Rick was saying. Maybe I don't know. Is it too intense?
Yeah.
Give you a load of secondary come up? I don't know,
Yeah.
because even using color enhancing food, I mean, you've got to have a really controlled test, and you'd have to have two genetically exactly the same fish, feed one with color enhancing and one without, to see if actually one brings out the secondary Benny and the other one doesn't. I mean, some fish get it and some fish don't. Maybe, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. Having a lot of that going into the koi, would it blister it out left, right, and center? I don't know. I mean, do they need that much? I don't know. Is it what?
I'd say you
Yeah.
wouldn't, mate.
What's
If
that?
it ain't there, the thing with colour, mate. If the colour cells aren't there,
It won't.
it won't
Yeah.
come out. Basically, all you're doing is intensifying what's there.
What's there? Yeah, and hopefully it's in the pattern of the Benny.
Yeah, I think basically all it is just a boost before a shot. Same as the white, in it. It's just like it's not gimmicky, but it's just a finishing. It's not a food you're going to feed them long term. It is a 2 or 3 week bump. Make sure the Benny's shining. bump, get the shiroji, whatever. But they're almost competing against each other. You're giving,
Yeah.
oh, super red. Oh, make the white better.
Mm.
Oh shit! Well, why didn't you do the food in the first place?
Next question. I'm going to fire it this way to you, Paul, first.
Yeah.
Then you, Rick. Then you, Lee. While I'm having a chomp.
Yeah.
Would you enter a fish in a show knowing that they are not top quality, but just want to love to show off your fish?
Yeah, of course I would. Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Would you?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be something that's good. Yeah, God's sake. I started showing in 2013, 13, and I never won a thing for years, years and years and years.
That's why.
Yeah, but that was the level of that was where I was at that particular time. So I was showing fish that was what I've got and what I want. I mean now I have a different appreciation of koi, but yeah, of course I would. Of course I would. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily go to win a top prize or to win first in class. I would show a fish if I had the points for the VAT because it gives a broader spectrum to what you're doing. But I'm very pro show. You know, I'm involved in a particular show, so I'm probably looking at it from the North of England Koi Show's point of view, and I want to see as many fish there as possible, as good as possible. But I do accept that what we've got three people who are coming to our show who've never shown before. You know, of those people, they're all asking me questions about how they pick their fish and what they should do with this, that, and the other. But they've got to learn, and they've got to bring their fish to a show, and then they'll be able to see what beats their fish. Maybe it's not, maybe it's their win, and then learn from that as to why that particular fish. Asking questions from people like me, Alan Tate, all kinds of different people. So yeah, in answer, yeah, I would. I've got fish up there. Would I take them? Well, I'll take one. There's a one that you guys have seen. It was a Ginrin Shiro Tiri. You've seen that fish? Yeah, I'll take that. And will it win? Will it not? Maybe it depends on who's going to turn up on the day. So I might say that fish is not of the highest level, but when it turns up, it's the best fish in its class.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I think it's
I'll come
quite
from a different way and
valid.
say 100%. So we have people ask take fish to the national, Aragoki fish, and I'm saying, well, they will win nothing, but take them because they look quite spectacular.
And they did as well, actually.
The back, looked at those fish and went, wow, I really like that fish. But you know it's going to win nothing in the show scene, but the show scene will have to either change or not. But at the end of the day, those fish are absolutely amazing koi to look at. They might do nothing in a Deutz scenario or whatever because of the way shows are judged, but they're beautiful koi that actually a lot of people really like. So take them to a show them off. Okay, just don't expect to win anything, but that's not a negative. It's just
I put it back to you. I put back to you. So in showing koi, yeah, one of the big things is you've got to measure your koi. I tell everybody to do it about 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks before you actually the Friday of the day of benching. And if you measure a koi and it's 46 cm, is there any point in taking it? You know, you've got to ask the question. At 36 cm, at 46 cm, at 56, because they're up against fish, respectively, of sort of like up to 45, you know. So,
10 centimetres bigger, right?
and it makes a hell of a difference with the bodies. You know, you put one side by side, and it makes a huge difference. So it has to be, especially if it's a carcass, it's got to be bloody good for you to take it for that.
Especially size 3 or size 4.
Yeah. Well, I would say, well, size 1 maybe is not. You get away with it there, but any of the sizes upwards, you've got to look at the size of it, and that would be more of an indicator for me to not take a fish than its absolute quality.
I think my adult champion last year was only 50 cm, so it was bang in the middle of the category.
Yeah, it gets there though. 50, it gets there. So if it was, it's 46 is the big one. 46, 47.
Yeah,
Once
46,
they
47.
tip over, you see them when you put them side by side in the vats, and you see them, and you can just see the difference in the bodies, no matter how good the fish is.
Saying that though, it's like when I go to Japan with Ryan and stuff like that. I mean, if the koi has got a menacing body on it, it's very hard to judge the size without a measuring tape.
Yeah.
You know, like I've seen koi in Odakan where I think Ryan bought a Maritan Kahaku from Momotaro, I think it was. It was a male, and it was built, right? It was proper, and we were looking at it. And then Ryan was like that to Odakan. How big's that? And Odakan said, oh, you know, yeah, it's only like 55 cm. And Ryan's like that. No way. That's like 60, 62 cm. And by shipmate, he was right. It was way smaller than it looked, but it was massive. It was like it was in. So I think. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I mean, I think they can do well.
You're in a rarefied atmosphere there, though, Lee. That's sort of like we're not. That there's a good chance that fish of that quality of meal never ever end on our shores. They're all kept.
I think it's over in this country now. I think it was shown over in Japan, and I think it's in someone's pond now in this country. It done really well in Japan. I think it got the Kogugyo prize in the junior koi show.
Rare when they're good to come across here.
Okay, I know the fish you're on about now.
Yeah, it's proper. Yeah.
But back to the original question: Would you take Rick? Would you? You've said yeah.
I said yeah, because I'd encourage people to take variety.
Yeah, I would as well. I would. Well, I've got a predicament now because I'm coming up to you guys to do the North of England, and then what is it? The week later, then I'm in the Great British. Yeah. I love that show, and I'm really looking forward to doing your show. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, the fish I've got this year is okay. I said I prefer the fish I had last year, but then all of these fish were tozai at the start of the year. Now they're coming up to 40, 50 cm, so they're growing well. But I mean, now I've got the predicament where I could have took all my best koi to the Great British, but now I'm mixing them up. So I'm taking some koi that probably I wouldn't have taken, but I am still taking them because I want to show off what I've got. So I'm taking them out for a spin, basically. I mean, if you had a one-legged dog, you'd still take it out for a walk, wouldn't you?
Yeah, true.
So I'm taking mine out for a spin. They're coming. Whether they like it or not, whether they do well or they don't do well, I don't care. I'm just taking them for a spin. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
And that's the beauty of a show like ours is that for everybody coming to the show, there's a little bit more relaxed atmosphere. So when we're at the National, it's frenetic. The National, everybody, no matter who, is all guns blazing, all trying to do what they set out to achieve before they turned up the show. And in a show like ours, it's just that more relaxed, and that's the beauty of coming to it. So if anybody wanted to have a chat with Lee or with Crafty, you're able to, because it's just so much more relaxed atmosphere.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to trickle beer into myself all day long. Actually, talking about the show,
did you not get the memo?
No, it's a school. No drinking.
Not get the memo.
You can teach us how to drink.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to drink. It's all whiskey that you're going to have to drink. It's none of it.
I can't. I don't know if I can do whiskey. But anyway, I got two things I want to say. So, Paul, there's a lovely couple of T-shirt guys coming up to your show, aren't there?
Brilliant.
To your show. Did you see me saying hello?
Come and say,
Come here.
Did you see me?
Come and say, what did you say?
I was saying hello.
Are you saying hello? Are you on Mummy's YouTube? I didn't see it. No.
I was watching you on there.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah.
Comment on.
Good boy. Shall I take one of the Here series to the show? Shall I take one of the Tonys to the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it does good, you can have the award. But I wouldn't hold your breath.
For 5 hours.
For 5 hours. There we are. Right. Go upstairs then. Tell Mummy I love it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, I'm going upstairs.
Are you going to say hello again?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. See you in a minute.
I
Love
seen
you.
anything pop up. I haven't seen
No.
anything pop up.
But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I'm doing a little design for them. So I do a design every time they sort of go to the show just for them to sell, like, do you know what I mean? But if you want, I can do a specific one
Please do.
for the north of England koi shows. We'll just do like a koi exclusively kind of one, you know?
Yeah, brilliant.
Be good.
Stunningly brilliant. I saw they were coming up, and I come and then retrospectively looked at them and thought, oh, some of their designs were great, and that's
Oh, mate,
definitely on
they
my
were
list.
really popular
Yeah.
actually in the Great British, in the
Yeah.
National.
Yeah, I didn't get to see them, man. I was gutted. I seen them on
No.
someone's video, and I was because
Yeah.
I was working
How do
away.
you
you don't
pronounce
get
their
to see
name?
it.
How do you pronounce the name correctly?
Don't ask Lee, man. He don't know how to
No.
spell his own name.
No, I know.
It's Y-U. Is it Y-U-S-K?
Yeah, Yazoo koi, Yazoo.
Yazoo. There was a band, God, in my time that was called
Yeah, I remember. And I'm looking forward to giving this bad boy out.
Oh,
There you
yeah, I
go.
saw that. God.
We are the champions. So I'm providing one of these to all the koi
decided what-
shows I can.
What is the award for? Because there'll be lots of people that don't know about this because they've seen that the awards that we do naturally. But what's that award
Yeah.
for?
I mean, it's just, do you know what, right? The nicest thing for people when they go there is to get a koi recognized and take home award. It's lovely, isn't it? So I thought I'd just do that. And I'm going to walk around on the Saturday and I'm literally going to pick my favorite koi. The koi that I see, you know, the most beauty in. It could be size 1 to GC size. Who knows? I don't know.
And is
Look
it
at
all
the
on your own
trophy
work
again.
or are you getting help from somebody else?
Ah, no, just be me. Well, in fact, no, I might walk around with Ryan. Me, Ryan, and Gaz. We'll have
What?
a walk
Right,
around,
yeah.
maybe.
What?
Yeah.
And you, but you'll be selling fish, pal.
I don't want anything to do with it now.
Yeah, you'll be
Gaz is on
selling fish.
holiday.
What's
Do you not
that?
notice? Gaz is on holiday.
He's back for the show, though, isn't he? He's coming.
Is he? I
I'm sure he
saw
is.
that comment earlier on. I thought he was away on holiday when he
He is
No,
away
he's
on holiday
back.
now, but I'm sure he's coming.
He is. He
Look,
said
yeah,
that he was
more than
looking
welcome.
forward to seeing Paul at the show. So unless
Yeah.
he's hoping we do a live link or something.
What's
Well,
that?
You're doing a live link on the Thursday night, aren't you?
What, for the... Who I am?
No, I
I'm
don't
doing
believe
this
you.
again next week. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Right, okay.
And I'm gonna come on when if I can get the internet, I'm gonna come on and show you around what we've done so far on the Thursday night.
Thank you.
That'd be
Take you
cool.
behind the scenes.
Well,
Well, look, I'll take you outside and you can watch see if we see some dolphins off the northeast coast.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
No, that's his
Right,
way of coaching you out the back to have his wicked way, really.
yeah.
It's all right,
Why
mate.
not?
What's that? Come and see the dolphins, Bonnie lad.
What's that? Sourdough bread, cheese.
Sourdough, real butter, tomatoes.
Look at this,
But-
man.
But just to finish off what you were saying, because I'm very pro new people coming into the show, and I think that we got very much into a sort of like the nuances of what you do and change around. But I think there's a simplistic way. Keep your water quality all the way through the season. Try and keep that as pristine as you possibly can. Keep the husbandry of your filters. Keep them as clean as you possibly can. 6 to 8 weeks before the show, stop feeding bloody growth and colour food. And I always turn off. Yeah, and about 2 weeks before the show, start and get your temperatures down. Our show will probably be around about 18 and 19 degrees, the water temperature, depending on how hot it is. But that'll be where it is. Ours is indoor, so it's pretty constant all the way through. And then about 6 weeks, I start feeding a wheat germ. Now, you can pick and choose your wheat germ that you want to go. And then a week before, this is the most important one, a week before the show, stop feeding. Don't feed. Not harm your koi, just don't feed your fish a week before the show. And it'll make life a lot easier for us and transportation of your koi.
Well, my auto feeder's going off tonight.
Yeah.
So if you are going to the shows, guys, and you're watching this, your auto feeder needs to be going off by a minimum of tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
like to come to the show, but unfortunately, I'm going to a music festival.
No, really. It's only about a 7.5 hour drive. You know.
Don't forget your tattooing
I'm
gun.
going to Exeter, mate. to see the
Oh,
levels.
remind me. Apparently, I'm tattooing Crafty's fingers on Saturday up there or Friday. You know what he's having? He's having on his knuckles. Love fish.
Or
Fish
koi
cake.
with two O's.
Fish cake.
Let's have a look at that trophy again.
Do you like that? That falling plate. Ding! Like it's even got bullet holes on it.
Oh yeah, little figure 11s, man.
Yeah, mate. Look, that's cool, isn't it?
The Soldier's Choice Award.
That's it. So yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to doing that.
Have you not?
I mean,
is this a first? You've not awarded that yet, surely.
no, that's the first one. I got one for all the shows now. Hopefully, I can get one out to all the shows. It'd be nice, just something that I can give to everyone. Hopefully, someone will appreciate it. Be nice.
Okay, what are you showing now, mate? Is this the GC trophy?
The one you're giving out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's broken it.
I haven't.
It's like a bog roll.
Just getting that. Just keeping it clean. Quite like that.
Ah,
It's too shiny though. It should be matte black.
Mate, solid silver.
someone's getting that next week.
Yeah, next Sunday.
What's that? The GC one?
Yeah.
You've already put the name on it.
Aquatic.
You know who's winning it already, look.
Huh?
I do. Nothing to do with me. I don't know who. Nothing to do with me. I wouldn't know. It's the judges. The judges on the Saturday morning will make that decision on the best fish on the Saturday morning.
Do you know who is judging on the Saturday?
I do have an email that was sent to me. It's different judges to what we normally have. I'd have to look it up and to tell you.
Is it
Not
Bernie?
that it's a secret, but
Bernie, Carol,
Nah, Bernie's not doing it. Bernie's done it for the last 3 years.
Carol.
Nah, it's all three lads, three guys that's doing it.
Alan's
Yeah.
partner in crime.
I'll have to put a thong on a tight pair of trousers then.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I can.
I'll put my sailor's outfit on.
It's on an email that's on that phone, and if I start bugging around with that, I'll probably lose you altogether. So no, I'm not going to do it. But I will.
Marrick's asked you a question, Paul.
Yeah.
Hi there, Marrick. He's asked why there's a dartboard on the top because it was stole from Luke Littler.
On the top of our logo. Yeah. On the trophy, is he talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, on top of the trophy. What's on the
Yeah.
top?
It's a logo that we've had for years and years and years. It's two fish round a miner's lamp.
It's what's
That's
on your
what
chest, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same as this one. Same as this one. Yeah. Could be a job. Well,
I like the banter, Marrick. And that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to move on. Let's move on. What time is it? I just want to do.
10 to 10.
Let,
10
let's-
to-
I'm not in any rush to knock it off, to be fair. If you guys
I am.
wanna-
I'm knackered, mate. I was in Wookie Old this morning.
Stop being a pussy, mate. What's wrong with you? Normally, you're like, let's keep it going. What do you mean?
You were in Wookie Hole last week. What are you doing there again?
It wasn't. I spoke to you yesterday. That's not last week.
Oh, did you? Fucking hell, where's that gone?
Jesus Christ.
Right, let's have a look at a few fish. In fact, I want to drop this one.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Rin.
It's pretty immense, isn't it?
It's a screensaver for you, isn't it?
Is that what they call Caddo tire ban?
Who would, in the comments, put a number one if you would love that type of fucking and that honeycombing on a fish like this? Now, the only thing is that there weren't a picture of the whole fish together.
What is it made of Lego?
No, it's a real fish. I'm going to tell you where you can get it if you want it afterwards, right? But put a one in the comments if you'd take that, or a number two if you wouldn't. All right, let's have a look what people say.
Not that, mate. I like the way the back of the scales just darkened off that.
It looks very prehistoric. I like it. I mean, what you're saying, would you have it or wouldn't you? Is it getting given to me or is it a $5,000 fish? It depends. It's all relevant, isn't it?
well, irrespective of price, like when on the eye, would you put that in your pond?
But yeah, if someone's going to give it to me, I'll put a one down. Yeah, of course I would.
And a tail, mate.
Yeah, if it's free, I'll have it. I think you've worded that wrong.
What would you say?
Well, it's relevant, isn't it? Like it's. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, it's amazing. It is lovely. Yeah.
I'm guessing it's very expensive.
Oh, how did that get in there?
You know. It's good
What
one,
was it? I missed that.
Oh, looks like
that one.
Cute. Very cute.
at this minute when you can't see Rick is currently drinking out of a dog's bowl.
Wow.
I don't want to waste the juice.
Shoveling it in, like, I can still see everyone on screen in different boxes, but you can't see them. Right, there's 23 come back on that. So
yeah, of course, mate. It's
have a look. I haven't
pleasant to look at. It's very cool.
Have we got another? Are we on? Is this running for a little bit yet? Because I'll go for a drink if it is. I'll just disappear.
Yeah, mate. We're gonna have a look at a couple of Rick's fish in a minute. That is done, and then we're going to have a look at some higher end Sankey, and then we're going to choose your best 1, 2, 3 from 6 fish.
These blue crisps are amazing.
Well, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What was
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 yeses.
Oh, yeah. Why are they ones?
That's yes.
1 no, which is mad. That fish was from Narita. It was what he called the koi. Narita's really good at just giving you little snippets of a fish rather than the whole thing.
Those short fucking things, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's short fucking things. For me, right, seeing that on a fish is the most dreamy thing in the world. When you see that in the flesh, it's almost 3D, and it feels like you can actually put your finger into it. It's like, but it's obviously not. It's like 2D, isn't it? And when you see that sort of pattern behavior on any fish, including asagi, including kajaku, it just changes the dimension of that fish all day long. That pattern is what actually got me into koi. And I've seen that at one of the nationals a few years back. It's what really got me into koi, into it properly. But yeah, it was just a small exercise. Right, Rick, what are you doing with
exercise? We didn't even see the whole fish.
Well, it's because it weren't available. I'm only showing what was put on social medias, But from Narita, if you
it's like looking at the breasts of a woman without seeing her face.
Now you're saying that's from Narita. No, I probably wouldn't have in my pond, because if he loves it, it's going to be extortionately priced, and I'd rather get a nice Sankey.
Right, but I'm hoping that will feature in one of the koi shows, and I can actually see the whole thing swimming.
Yeah,
you don't tell you how big it is, or you don't see the head, or the head could be fucking hideous. But just based on what you're seeing there, that skin formation was fucking
very good at marketing. Very good at marketing.
He is very good. Right, what are we doing with these fish of yours, Rick?
Nothing, mate. I was on Gaz's tonight. This is a GKP thing. You can choose them if you like.
Well, right.
Actually, no. Let's Paul's the man to choose them.
What? I'm not a judge. I just put a shoe on. I'm not.
No. These fish are only 10, 12 weeks old. So which one would you choose? Do the video first. Do the video.
I've downloaded it in the wrong place. Hang on a minute. Let me find it.
Gaz would have got
spawning? What spawning are these from, Rick?
These are from Coda, Ginrin, cross Momentero. So the Ginrin Kahakus, as was Gaz's live tonight. After just swerved it.
Fucking didn't swerve nothing. There it is there.
Get in now.
I'm just dropping it in now.
Then test your eye against a little tiny baby.
I'm good. I'm good.
Work, good camera.
Sorry, mate. For some reason, they've done something new where it mutes the microphone.
I'm not. That's fine though. So that's
hang on a
4
minute.
little babies from spawning.
There you
I like
go.
them.
Now we can talk while it plays.
Very cool. It must be very satisfying doing what you do, Rick, and then have that result. I must admit, it must be very nice.
So
Okay,
we'll
parent set then, Rick.
it's a little Coda Ginrin male. I've got some Momotaro female.
Where's the Momotaro?
Ginnerin female as well.
Yeah, they're both Ginrin.
Well, what bloodline? Pineapple Queen?
No, I couldn't get it. Fuck off.
Right, so there you go. Short film.
We've got
Right.
stills of them. So you can
Yeah,
see them.
but I'm saying, right, so how old? 10 weeks?
10 or 12 weeks. They're not 7 to 10 centimeter.
Amazing.
So what happens to your Benny when it comes up when that is that very soft Benny and does that? Because I'd have probably gone for the Muritan one that's on there.
Well, we'll see some photos in a minute, and we can make a decision.
I think that's
Perhaps
probably
get
where
pictures. No, he hadn't. He's just going to keep.
There's a nice flowery pattern and the Maritan looks quite nice. I think the Maritan when the Benny thickens up a little bit, it's got quite a nice pattern, I think, in there somewhere, isn't it?
Okay, so let's have a look at some shorts.
So I'd be asking
That's nice.
asking the breeder. What's that? Not that. That's a flowery one, isn't it?
It's nice at that.
Right, so here you go, Rick. So, like, this is just altogether a different way of looking at fish when they're so young. Right, you look at completely different things to what we would do when we're trying to select a toes eye at 15, 20 cm. Right, so what are you looking
that's
for?
about 7 years.
But what are you looking
at the end
for?
of the day, mate,
fish here?
the pattern on that is absolutely off the scale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's different. It's a very, very different pattern, which is banging. What's going to happen to the pattern as that fish grows? Does it grow with the fish? Does it tighten up? Does it
generally with them? No, that's literally
they're pretty locked in, aren't they? But look at the skin.
I'm asking so viewers have got an understanding. You know, it's like because we all know what the patterns. I know it's going to move with the fish, right? But you know, other people won't. So, what do you expect to see from that as it gets bigger?
To be fair, the problem with that is the head size, body length, and structure is not good enough. So most people would look at that and go, "That's my number one straight away." Look at the pattern on that is off scale.
Pattern is the best pattern out of all four fish.
And that pattern will pretty much stay as is. Okay, the fish will change slightly as the fish develops width-wise, but scale to scale, that pattern will, unless it goes completely wrong, will stay as is.
Okay,
it's too weak in the back end. It's too soft in the belly.
But soft Benny potentially has got the chance.
Yeah, but soft it's not soft. That's got weak Benny. That's unstable for me.
Okay.
For me, that's the fish that I'd sell 8 to 10 inch for as much money as someone's willing to pay for it. Yeah, probably about £12.50.
Next one.
For me, that's the best of the bunch.
Okay, so let's just flick through.
Again, it's got a much nicer pattern. Not a bad pattern. That's a pretty little fish. This one here.
So number 2 then, that's your best fish.
For me, that is structure, thickness of Benny. That's the one that will last and look good long term. Head structure, body structure, that's much better.
Right, let's have a quick look at the last one.
That's the first one.
Yeah,
That's
the last
first
one. Yeah, like the first one, right? That's what I meant. This fish that we've just looked at, right? You said it's the worst fish. Good pattern, worse structurally.
The red might look redder, but it's thinner. That's
And you can see the depth
That's
in
more softer, but it's thicker.
Yeah, you can see the depth. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one that is
Stick the other,
fine-tuned.
stick the other two on. There's two more.
There's two more, yeah. So come on, yeah, two more. That's pretty, but it's never going to grow.
Nah.
Why
It's
not?
just got that size 1 winner, size 2 fully grown.
Why is that not going to grow, Rick?
Body, it's just got no body structure to it. It's got no head length, shoulder. It's just there. It's just it hasn't got it.
Right. So, but yeah, right. You can see it hasn't got it, right? But for viewers at home, right, when they're just looking at that, they see a kahaku, small kahaku baby, right? You see the future of that fish. What are you looking at in particular to be able to see where that fish is going?
From literally from the eyes to the back of the spine to the structure, the bone, you can't change it. It is not going to grow.
Structurally,
On that point, I don't know.
And
Go back to the other one.
yeah.
Go back. There. So that is going to grow.
bigger head, isn't it?
Okay, so explain to the viewers why you know that.
Bigger head.
No, because you just know you right. The thing is, Rick, right? A lot of people will look at that and go, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that." Poof, right? You know that's got a brighter future than this fish just by looking, right? So if we done a comparison from there and there, what are you looking at in the difference? Where's the differences between the two? So
eyeballs to the nose, to the back of the spine, the shoulders, the whole structure of the fish is different.
You've got to put them side by side to see it.
Can't do it.
What a shame.
It's almost like looking at a sausage dog and a Labrador. I don't know. It's just you can see it. I can see it. I can't explain it.
That's the thing. It's getting that bit across, isn't it? I mean,
he won't though, because like he can't explain it, but he knows it. It's his job. It's his livelihood. How many years have you been doing it?
30 odd.
32 now.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, sometimes he can see it, but he can't actually explain all the knowledge he's got in one sentence.
It's so difficult, isn't it? But if you look at the size of the head shape for a start, all right, slightly different pictures, but where have I done that? There we go. I can see straight away the skull on that is just a completely different level.
It's a different animal, but it's difficult to.
Size of the mouth is completely different for a start. Right? I mean, one thing that Yamaguchi, when we look at some of his fish shortly, but when I was picking fish at Yamaguchi's when I was in Japan in February, one thing that we was talking through is when we were selecting, he was saying, "Why don't you want that?" And I was like, straight away, you're putting the fucking pressure because you think, am I throwing a fucking good fish away here? Because you start second guessing yourself, especially when you've got the Japanese there, because they watch you like a hawk. Right? They want to know how good you are at looking and picking. And I said to him, it's, for me, this fish compared to this fish is not going to do the same. It's like you look at the head and the mouth. The head, in comparison, is so small that it's not going to go where I would like it to go, which is a bigger fish. And he was like, Craffy, yes. Good son. Good. He was like, big Craffy son. That's what I say. Craffy son. Yeah, Lee does him really well. But
Anthony, can you put the Muritan on there?
I can do whatever you want, Paul. Right. Now you've had a whiskey, I don't want to.
We've only had two. Come on. See, that's my second choice.
Yeah, that was the one that I went for when I first saw them. Head's not. Yeah, you can see the head's not as big. But I quite like. See that spine? Is that an indication of the backbone showing through? And if you look at that fish side on, would it have a big arch on its spine, big enough to be able to take the weight.
It is taller, yes.
Yeah.
It is taller than
Why is that important, though, Rick? The height of a fish.
really, it's a structure to grow into, isn't it? To fill up.
So as it gets bigger,
The bone structure, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, I'm just trying to ease those. I don't want to take
That's
over why
close
it is. I
second. That
want you
was
to explain.
literally it. The way it finned into the tail with a bit of benny in the tail was kind of its downfall. If that little bit of benny wasn't there and a slightly thicker peduncle, it's number one. But we're talking these fish are lit so young. They're going to change a lot.
And that's the fine detail, even at like 10-week-old fish, right? You know,
Yeah.
you're looking at the body shape there, the structure. That structure is going to mimic itself when it gets to 15 cm, isn't it? It's just going to be on a larger scale.
Yeah, You get a slight change in benny pan and whatever. It's quite close downs there.
Yeah.
You know, it's more of a gamble. There's more gambles with that fish than the one with a simple pattern. But yeah.
I'm fairly used to buying fish in Japan or looking at fish in Japan as Nisai. Do you take the same kind of criteria that I would? Like I'm primarily looking at body structure first. Pattern is not irrelevant, but it doesn't have a big part of what I pick. Do you look at that size of fish in the same way as I would look at a Nisai at sort of like, let's say, 50 cm, 50 odd cm?
I think the whole.
All right. I saw a video done in Japan where it was I can't remember. It was a young lad in the South Island that was doing it, and he wasn't that bothered about the size of the peduncle at this age. He was more bothered about the front end and the size of the head, and the shoulders going backwards, and he would allow it that size of peduncle to be quite acceptable.
I'd allow it to be acceptable. It's not ideal, is it? You're looking for a balance throughout, aren't you? Otherwise, you end up with those fish that are front heavy and
even at this age.
Yeah, you can see the different structures there in that video between the fish, and you get ruled by pattern with some. And actually, in reality, the benny quality and the body structure is different.
Right.
Much better long term on others.
And Rick, you did a video where you were driving a car from some place to other, and you were talking about the level of kahaku that you have and how the difficulties is to get there. Do you think these four particular fish, or that one particular fish, is at a level where you would think, well, we might have a chance here?
No, these aren't in that level yet.
You're still shy of where you'd like to, obviously where you'd like to be, but with that fish.
With this spawning we are, but with other spawnings this year, we're ahead of this. This is just an example of Gimrin Kahaku because that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
But so the problem is like the Dainichi Kahakus we've done this year are way ahead of these massively, but the fallout rate is so much worse.
Yeah.
So I might end up with 10 fish from the Dainichi Kahaku that are proper on it. Whereas I probably from this lot, I might end up with 500-600. And 500-600 sellable fish is a lot better than 10 I can't sell for what they're really worth.
Yeah. And those really good ones that you see, you still wouldn't attract someone like, I go to Japan and you can imagine what the kinds of monies that we spend in Japan. You still wouldn't attract that kind of buyer to come to your place and say, right, yeah, I'll go with that one.
We would, but the problem with that is there's no pedigree
business.
to it, is there? So I can show a fish from parents. So say Lee's Sankey, I can show you a fish from Lee's male Sankey in the Sakai fish farm and say this at the moment is on par with what you buy in Japan. But there's no pedigree behind that fish keeping its quality long term. So I'm not going to sell that fish for £1,000, £2,000 because you'd be an idiot to buy it.
And you wouldn't let someone to do that either, would you?
Not really, no, because at the end of the day, the chance of it not making it, and then in my head I'm thinking if it might make it, I want to keep it. It's like it's one of those, isn't it? Why so?
That's koi keeping though.
And
There's nobody gives me a guarantee. When I'm looking at a fish in a bowl in Japan, nobody gives me a guarantee with that.
Yeah,
No,
but
fucking
the difference is in
$35
Japan,
bargain.
if you're going to those big farms, you're buying a fish from a bloodline that has proven itself year after year after year to be potentially doing that. I'm showing you a fish that's never been produced from those parents. That could be the best koi on the planet, but
you don't know.
But it might not be, and there's a good chance it won't be because that's koi.
And have you had fish that you've sold that have been put in ponds where they could fulfill that full development, or is it always because I look at the prices you quote and I've seen many a video with you on them, and you're quoting prices that like, what are you doing? Just let somebody pay more money, Rick. Go on, let them pay. They're wanting to give you more money, and you're going, no, please stop giving me money. But so have you? Yeah,
That is so true, though, Rick. It is.
This is an observer watching. I've watched this particular video thing for many occasions. I've seen it happen a few times. Has your fish been? How can I put this? Do your fish end up in ponds where they've got the potential to fulfill that potential? It's no guarantee. It's just they've got.
Some of them do, and that's the thing. So, like I was saying, our fish have won plenty of awards at shows, but how many? You can't. We've got some customers that will treat fish in a particular way and feed them a top food and give them heated ponds and whatever, and those fish blossom and do really well. And you got other people that put them in ponds where they won't fulfill their potential. And in reality, 90% of koi keepers that buy koi won't fulfill the potential of that koi because they haven't got the space, room, food, quality, temperature, whatever. You can't vet every single person. I'd rather our fish went to people that support us and want a good fish. But at the end of the day, if a fish is going for beyond what I believe it's worth, I'll be telling people stop bidding on it. It's not worth that much.
I've never done that in all my professional life, and it's not koi, it's something else. But I've never ever done that. I've never said, please stop giving me money. I've never done that. Never come.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
that's why you're a multi-billionaire, Paul.
Yeah, I'm not a multi-billionaire.
Mate, let's face it, when you're busking on the street corner, mate, right, as a one-man band, people can't stop flicking quids at your pal because you're that good.
Yeah. Some of them are pretty good. We touched on something as well that we were talking about earlier. Is you know the Aragogi stuff that you got, and this new kind of having windows at the side of the pond and looking at a koi, not from above but looking at the side. Do you think that'll change how the shore scene will be in 20 years? That no. We'll have to take a.
I don't think the show scene will change in 20 years.
Do you not?
No.
Surely we've got to drive it to change. We've got to take it so that all the gentlemen such as myself have not got as much say in what goes on. You know, get us out and get in younger people to actually make the show scene a more vibrant.
Lee's the youngest one here.
There's only 8. There's only 8 of them.
What year was you born? 77, Lee?
76. I think I'm older than you, Crafty.
You are.
Yeah,
I just look a lot younger.
Yeah, I've had a harder paper round, mate.
Lee, I was driving a car when you were the year you were born.
Is it?
Who was he? He was one of those babies that come out driving.
Yeah,
I'm the spring chicken.
I had my driving license when that. Well, 77. I beg your pardon. 77. I had my driving license. Got it.
Yeah, 76.
Yeah, you've got it.
You've got it. You're doing all right, mate.
Yeah, mate, I'm all right. Yeah, the old undercarriage still works fine. Don't worry about that. I can still produce a few stalactites on the ceiling in the bedroom.
Stalagmites are the better ones.
What's that?
Stalagmites, the one that climbs.
Yeah, no, mine. Yeah, no, I can get to the ceiling still, no problem. Good bodily fluid pressure.
You mentioned a one-off T-shirt for the show.
Oh yeah, I'll do a nice design for Yazoo Koi to to do. And what we'll do is I'll talk to them because I want to support the show. So we'll see how much they've got to get out of it to make some money, and then we'll see if they can, for each T-shirt, then it makes the show money as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good idea. And you have it there on the. You're gonna have it ready for the 16th and 17th of August.
Yeah, on the Saturday and Sunday, I'll talk to the guys. They'll be keen to do that. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know how much the T-shirts will be, but as long as they make their cut, and then we'll put some on for the show to go into the kitty for the show as well.
Yeah, they'll sell one.
Oh, I'll buy one.
Well, that's two.
That's two.
I'm hoping
Crafty can buy
crafting
one for the
t-shirts
shop.
there as well, actually. Not perfect scratches, crafty koi ones. If my printer can put his finger out his ass. It's only been 3 weeks. So he's got the design, everything. It's like nothing's it's in our fucking store.
Crafty, let me just say something right now. My friend, you cannot
Right,
fucking
blah,
draw.
blah, blah.
I've
blah,
been after
blah,
two amalgams for
blah.
12 months. So I hope you
Explain.
don't get your T-shirts for the weekend.
Air-core balls always fire wellly from Sean.
Yes, you
I'll
know.
change the subject right quick.
Right,
Let's have a
get
look.
this Sankey on.
Let's have a look at some Sankey. Right, so they're going up in order, 1 through to 6. We're gonna break these down one at a time, and then we'll flick through them again. Right, and then all I want you guys to do, based on what you're seeing, I think they're all Sankey. I'm trying to look now because it was hard to see. Not only that, but Paul was on whiskies last night and disturbing me when I was doing stuff. So, right, number 1. Digest. These are all Tozai. They're all from Yamaguchi, and they're all roughly the same size, right? So when we're looking at picking a fish, let's say that these are all in the show vats, all right, or one that you pick. In fact, let's change it out. Which one would you pick to go into a mud pond? All right, so number 1, but then choose 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's break this one down. So, who wants to start us off?
I will.
Go
Beautiful.
on, then.
It's lovely fish. I'd like to see some more shiroji on the shoulder,
Yeah,
so you can get some sumi sitting on it. The nose pattern looks a bit sharp.
sharp. Yeah,
Sharp, yeah, that.
yeah.
And from my experience, fish like that with that amount of benny at the front end, secondary sumi around the gill plates is probably on the ball with that one.
Okay, but as you look at it now,
Body shape and quality of that is far superior than anything we're doing. Just put out there.
which is extremely difficult to achieve. All right, shiroji quality in this young fish.
It's banging. It's got the rounded fins. I'd give it 8 out of 10 male.
Fucking moth, man! Just fucking attacked by a moth. There's lights everywhere, and it's hitting me in the face. Lee, what are you seeing in that? Because you know Yamas really well. don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
It's part
It's,
of your mud pond selection pond.
yeah, again, well, what Rick's saying is right, isn't it? That's a really nice fish. Again, the head pattern is interesting, but it like is not quite aesthetically right, is it? I suppose. Yeah, a little bit more of a Saroji window on the back there as well. It'd be nice, even though the pattern's really nice. I do like the pattern. The Saroji's awesome. It's got a lot of sumi in there as well. I like the peduncle. That tail stop is really nice and thick as well. But yeah, it's a nice fish. Yeah, very good.
Are they guaranteeing these are female?
Fucking on your bike, son.
Am I guaranteeing it? No, they're not guaranteed
They're
anything.
not doing it.
They're guaranteed to be a fish, a koi. That's
It's
one
got a
thing.
great, it's got a great body and it's splendid. I'm not too bothered about the pattern. I do recognise the thing at the nose, the fabulous body, but yeah, I think it's probably male. That would. But if I didn't have that suspicion, that it was male, I would buy that fish.
Okay.
I mean, that wouldn't bother me if it was male or female. If I liked
Yeah,
it, I've seen male Yamaguchi make their powerhouses because they come from Donichi stock as well, aren't they? Really.
Yeah,
Sakai stock.
but
And
back in-
Sakai. Well,
back-
he uses Donichi as well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Sakai. Well,
this is from Sakai.
okay.
Is that where they're from?
Miss
Sakai.
is it Miss Tokyo.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember. That's I think it's a Sakai, big ass fish. Number 2.
No, I don't like that one. Don't like the body on it. Don't like the body at all on that.
Okay, so break it down then.
It's just the shape of the body, just the head. The head's too narrow at the front, and then it comes round, comes into the gill plates and just at there, and then it's got this weeny little body that sort of like doesn't do it. If you flip between the two of the things, you'll see it straight away.
Okay,
You got tadpole versus.
I reject
Mr.
that one
Muscles.
immediately. Yeah, see, it's not, you see it if you flip between the two, you see the body shape straight away.
Well, I think that's the difference between the first one's probably a male,
and this one's a female.
potentially, but yeah,
Right, so
Don't got the structure. It hasn't got that spine. Just doesn't show through at all. It's not.
maybe that's the picture.
Yeah, it's not got it. It's not got
it's
it.
not got it. This one's not.
Never know.
I don't know. I quite like. I like it's quirky though, isn't it? But it's got a good long head. That headband though is just again.
I like the head pattern on this. I like the head pattern on the other one as well.
Okay, it like Rick's right. It's not right, but it's not right. Do you mean? I don't know. Yeah, it's something that it's a nice head pattern. I like it with that block of Benny off to one side and the Dans on the back. Obviously, when that stretches out and they separate, it's going to look nice. But I think Paul is right. The body is not very good on it.
Sumi placement on the pattern.
Yeah, it's on the shoulder. I think there's more Sumi's going to break out towards the back. You can see it.
The only thing that's going to save that fish really is the sumi coming out in chunks.
In the back and stuff. Yeah.
I've always thought that I like to see at this age anyway. I like to see the sumi coming at the back of the fish because the sumi always seems as if, for whatever reason, seems to come through, start at the back, and then work its way to the front of the fish. So when I see it at the front, I'm a bit more skeptical about it. It's sort of like no, it'll. You're always waiting for that sumi to come to the back and hoping that it will to balance the pattern out, but never ever does. So I'm a bit.
There's bits of it there, but it is
at the back end. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little bit in front of that last time. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fish number 2.
Yeah, the world of difference between them two. That's better.
Fish number 3.
All right, that one's better.
Yeah, that's got some good. That's
really nice.
actually nice.
Yeah.
Body's nice, fin's nice. Saroji. I mean, Saroji is always really good. Sumi looks amazing. I love the Sumi placement. It's class.
Yeah.
Very
Rick?
nice.
Yeah, mate. Not a lot to say about one. It's the pattern's a little bit less
In the tail tube.
Yeah, it's a bit tight around that first
Thing
on the back fin there, but the sumi quality is good. Balance is good. Body structure is very good.
Are you looking at these as though they're swimming around in a pond, or are you looking at these as though they're going to go into a show vat?
Looking at
Right
these
now.
they're going into a mud pond. They're coming out in October. They're coming out in October, November.
Yeah.
Right, they're in a mud pond at the minute. All of these fish.
Yeah.
They were 6 months old when he took the pictures.
Yeah, these are the pictures.
Torside. The pictures of Torside.
Right,
The only thing,
the size of them.
the distance between the eyes and the front of its mouth might be a bit short. Might be. That one's worse. That one there. That one's got the best.
Quality of the picture's better in the first.
Is it?
Yeah, the quality of the
Yeah.
picture, like sharpness. Right.
See, for me,
Lee.
I like that one.
Mate, the Benny is proper deep on that. You can see it in it. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it is nice. I mean, obviously the Sumi's got to come through, but it will come through, especially if you get some on that back shoulder.
There is some underlying in the shoulder on this fish.
It's a nice fish, though. Yeah, very nice.
Rick?
Well, they're 6 months old when these were taken, aren't they?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it Sumi in the eye? What?
No.
Black
No,
Looks like it's red.
shadow. It's red.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, the body structure is quite nice, isn't it? To be fair, that and the first one.
So that's number 4.
That's one.
That one and 4.
Yeah, that's 1. That's 4.
That's 4.
Yeah.
So that's my 1, 2 as we stand now.
Don't tell people that.
Oh, sorry.
Number 5. Okay, Paul.
Good.
On you.
Bit that one. I'm trying to find something not to like about it.
See, you work so backwards, you lot. I tell you, it's mad.
Yeah, I really am. That's that.
And that is koi show mentality right there. I'm trying to.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to look at this as all it's going to a koi show. I think it's a bit weak. Maybe he's a bit weak at the back end. That would be me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
there.
Okay.
There. I've got it blown right up, and I'm looking. See, it's got that benny plate right where the tail is.
Yeah.
Just looks a little bit.
Which was a
lovely.
sash.
It's lovely.
It's so
lovely
tight
at this
for
point.
that, isn't it?
It's so what, Rick?
Sashi.
You imagine when you got the sashi and the thickness of the skin at the tail is different to the shoulder.
Yeah.
The scales are smaller, so you're going to get a different perspective, especially at fish at that size and age.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of if that little bit of Benny was further forward, that would be just textbook bang on, wouldn't it?
Can you change the picture between that one and the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Back to the 5th. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the tail's not good.
At the minute.
But
Okay.
they are proper little uns, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look.
Well, not little uns, young uns.
Young'uns.
That one's much more refined. That for me, that's too good now. I say that all that's going to do is disappoint you because it is so good now.
Is that number 6?
That's number 6.
You got 6, yeah?
Yeah, there's only 6 Sankey. Next week we're going to do 6 Kahaku.
So that the area of the first down touches the second on the fish's right, left as we're looking at it.
Yeah.
That is going to be an area, and then the next down back as well. There's an area where you're
going to get a window
close, and it's going to be
there.
yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna point to not the GC runner up at the national.
Yeah.
Right. Very similar.
Well, no, but the GC run-up has got monstrous Sumi that's amazing.
Yeah. And monstrous Benny, there was very little Shiroji.
Yeah. But it's so difficult, those areas where they're that close, to get a good defined area.
Yeah.
Mate. It's one of those fish that you look at that now, most people are just like, that's the best. Boom.
Okay.
1, 3, and 5. One was...
Paul, I know you love getting in fast, but I want the viewers to choose.
All right.
And then
Go back through, Crafty. Go back through them quick.
Okay, that's what I was going to do. Number 1.
Yeah.
Good points. Strong body.
The big point about that is the body, man. That is just the best.
And the fins are absolutely beautiful on that fish.
I know, and it's male.
Rick, do you reckon it's definitely male?
I don't know. I'll just say.
You're just going off the size of the pecs, big hands.
Yeah, big hands, big feet, little Willie.
Number 2.
Yeah,
right.
I think if that's the tadpole in the crown, isn't it?
Yeah, no, discount that one.
No, don't discount it. I want the viewers to choose. Number 3.
Yeah, got that second. I think I might be
For
female.
fuck's sake. You can tell he's a thick Geordie, can't you? Yeah, I've got that one, number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell anyone what you chose. Number 4.
Well, I like that one as well. That was canny. Canny fish.
Number 5.
That's nice, isn't it? That's a canny fish. That's number 1's number 5's number 2's 3. No.
No, it's not.
Number 6.
We're going 1. I've chosen
Straight
that.
away, we know that number 2 is gonna be swayed by the comments. Number 2 is going to come in last, right? So number 1, number 2, number 3,
Yeah,
number 4, number 5,
it's nice that.
and number 6. Right, I haven't been looking in the comments because I can't see comments.
Well, we're just picking our best. What we're picking, number 1.
Right, so I want two things from you. I want your 1, 2, 3, and then I want the fish that you think will be the best when it comes out of the mud pond in the autumn.
Oh, that's a different one. Stick them back. Go back through them again. Then.
Right, so number 1,
Yeah.
number 2,
Best is regardless of sex.
regardless, the one that looks the best when it comes out of the mud ponds. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Right, that's all you're getting to see. Right, so in the comments, put down what you think is the best ones. Right, what I will be doing is when these fish come in, including the
Giving away
carcu.
1 free.
No, we're not. Including the carcu, which we'll do next week. All right, because I've got 6 carcu as well. When they come out the mud ponds, I'll be pulling this section out of the live, and then we'll be doing comparisons, and then we'll see what people are saying against what actually occurs. All right, so there'll be a follow-up to it. Right, so before we have a look through the comments, because people can see them as they're writing anyway. Right, Paul, no, Lee, you're 1, 2, 3.
3, 6, 1.
Number 3, number 6, and number 1. So your 1 is number 3, your 2 is number 6, and your number 3 is number 1. Right, cool. Let's have a look at the comments. 631. Anyone 631? Dale 631. Lee 361. I didn't know you put it in. So we got 2 for that order. Okay, Paul.
Right, you've got 2 things going on. You've got what's the best that we've just seen. Which
Yeah,
one
so you're
gonna
1,
grab
2, 3, mate. You're 1, 2, 3.
on there is 1, 3, 4.
Okay,
And
1,
4
3,
will-
4.
And
I'm
4
going
will
to
come out.
set number 1.
Yeah,
Your number 1.
yeah,
Number 3 is your number 2.
yeah.
And
Number 4.
4 is your number 3. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're not seeing which one's going to come out the mud pond best.
Not yet. We'll do that in a minute.
Right.
Let's have a look in the comments. So what was it? 1, 3, 4, mate.
Yeah, 1, 3, 4.
Right, let's have a look down. Anybody in agreement? I do think Marcus from Keizuku Koi. I can never say your name, mate, but Marcus from Somerset. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Okay.
It'll top up.
Just for one person. Right. Over to you, Rick.
I'm more confused than I know what to say, mate.
Okay.
I'd have to say,
Do you want a reminder?
I reckon, no, 5, 4, 3.
Number 5. number 4,
Give it a special mention, but no.
and number 3.
Yeah, that's my top 3.
Right. So my top 3. 1. I don't even know what my numbers are. 2.
That's not number 2.
No, that's my number 2, which is number 5. So 1, 5, and 4.
And I've gone 5, 4, 3.
5, 4. Yeah, you've gone 5, 4, 3. Let's have. Oh yeah, sorry, mate. Let's have a look in the comments. It's hard, mate, isn't it? 1, 5, 3. 1. No, what did you have? 4,
5, 4, 3.
5, 4, 3. Let's take that one out. Zero people agree with that 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3.
Right, let's have a quick look. I can't remember what I said now. That's my number 1. So 5.
Yeah.
No, sorry. 1 is my number 1. 5 is my number 2. And 4 is my number 3. So 1, 5, 4. Oh, where are my comments? 1, 5, 4. Let's have a look.
Not doing the lottery, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when they come out,
there you go. Mark
still
Oxide, we're in the same boat, mate. And only 1 for me. So Lee takes the competition with 2 followers, followed by Paul.
No, one of them votes was his.
Huh? Oh yeah, yeah. Right. So that proves a point, doesn't it? Right. And that's why I've done it. Everybody's eye and taste are so different, and you just don't know what it's going to do. Everyone is attracted to different things. Right.
It's not just that as well. My eye is attracted also to the prospect. Do you know what I mean? To the dream.
Everyone's eye is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for different things.
Mm.
There's certain tastes on the pattern, certain tastes on the body, prospect, Shiroji, Sumi placement. I really like on that first coin that cut in the face. It's so different, and it's not cut, but it looks like it's cut. It's so straight and ethical that I really like. It's not cut.
Yeah.
It's not cut.
Yeah.
Well, I'm told it's not. It looks.
Yeah.
It looks too straight to be real.
It's Yamaguchi. It's probably cut.
Yeah, it probably is. Right. Okay. One that's going to look the best when it comes out.
Number 6 looks like the best fish, doesn't it? And no one's voted for it.
Yeah.
That's like the most refined, finished.
Yeah.
It's done.
That is an absolute banging fish, isn't it?
So I would like to hope that coming out of the mud ponds at 50, 55 cm, the windows have opened in the Shiroji, do you know what I mean? And then that would be banging. That's my number 1. I'll tell you what, if that's for sale when they come out of the mud ponds, Crafty, give me first offer.
They're for sale now.
Well, I'm not going to buy it now until it comes out. Yamaguchi had a problem with fucking herons last year. I'm not stupid.
Cormorants.
Well, same thing. I've got one in with Yamaguchi anyway at the moment.
Right. It's I'm gonna, when they come out the mud ponds, right, all of these fish are for sale. I can't wait to tell people, show people what they come out like.
Mm-hmm. Oh mate, they'll come out brutish.
A bit of news.
And Anthony, put number 4 back on for me a minute.
Yeah. I love Paul. He's so light on it. Yeah, we're zooming in on it. That's what I mean.
That'll come out the mud pond best.
Okay, so you think number 4.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the best one? Let's have a quick flick through. Right, best one to come out of the mud pond. Number 1.
That'll come out the mud pond best, mate.
Number 2.
No one's like it now.
Number 3.
4 will.
Number 4.
That'll be amazing when it comes out of the mud pond.
I think Rick's right. I think number 1 will come out best just because of the body. And it's male. It'll power on.
Right, so you think number 4 it'll come out the best?
Yeah.
Number 1 for Lee and Rick.
Who's the breeder of these things again?
Yamaguchi.
Yammers.
That's a guy that lives in a house by itself at the end of the road with the glasses.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
He's
Yeah,
a-
he's
He's
got
a
4
truffle
ponds
dealer or
on.
something, isn't he?
He's a
Deals
what?
in truffles.
Truffle dealer. What? I don't. I
Yeah.
think does he still do that, Lee? I think he does, doesn't he? Truffle farmer.
That's a kid. Yeah.
Like Rick now, just truffling it in. Right,
Yeah.
let's have a look at the comments then. What are people thinking? Right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 3 for number 1, 4. Lorraine's gone 4, 1, 3. She's a little bit behind. 4, 1, 5. It's on a bit behind. 4, 4, 4. Okay, big following for number 4. Big following for number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for number 4. 1, 2, 3 for number 1. Yeah, I would like to think that that's going to come out looking the best.
That's gorgeous. I'd love for that to come out best. Yeah, all separated. Those Dans all separated, and the key one, the sashi tightened up, be banging. That's a lovely koi. That is.
Love number 6. I think that it's fantastic.
How much are they going for sale for? Craft
895 to 1295.
How much is that particular one?
This one, I'll tell you. I think it's 1295.
Of course it is.
I'll have a look though because they're listed. So
I got expensive taste.
It's just too pretty now.
Yeah, but there's nothing to say it's not going to get better. Do you know what I mean? That's the dream, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That is the dream. But we all try. No one's voted for it.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game, and if you buy enough dreams, one of them will come true.
Website's down. Fuck's sake. It's undergoing some maintenance that I didn't know about, so I do apologise. But I'll get back to you on that. I believe it's 12.95.
Just curious because it is.
I
think it probably would be.
Was it 12.95?
Mark's going to ring in the morning and buy it for us. We're going to go 50-50.
I'll ring in the morning. Rest of my case, Crafty has gone for mine. There you go. So, yeah, that's where we're at. 3 minutes, 3 hours, 3 minutes, 3.25 hours in. Still held the audience
3 minutes, 3.25.
120 people in. Peaked at 176. So, thank you guys for everyone that tuned in. Paul's still studying the fish. Can't help himself. Look, I'm gonna take my ball home. There you go. Richie Bass used to serve with this guy. Richie is just getting into his koi. He likes the one on the screen. Well then, Richie, mate, thank you for joining us, dude. Right, let's take that shit down. Yeah, right. Not like we haven't mentioned it enough, but week on Saturday and Sunday, North of England Koi Show. Paul's the chair. Lee's attending. I'm attending. Paul will be there in his red top. Likes to remember to tell everyone that. Guys, I really want as much support as we can for this club, right? If you haven't seen my video from last year, have a look, because the koi that actually up there, I think are from people. I understand that a lot of the members are showing again, Paul. That
Yeah.
The quality of the fish up there were very good. And I'll touch on a few points. There's 30 vats, which is exactly the same as the Great British Koi Show. It's a little bit more of a relaxed environment, but it can be a gathering of people on top of koi for a koi event with some T-shirts thrown in. I'm taking some koi up at deal prices or show prices. Plenty to do. Japanese street vendors going to be there selling all sorts of weird and wonderful food because that's what they eat. And loads of people are coming. I've seen quite a few people saying they're coming up. So let's get behind this. Right, I'm not bothered about me selling the fish up there. It's about getting up there and just supporting a small club and trying to grow this show. Actually, Paul, it's what I'd like to see. Grow the show and give us another show to look forward to on the calendar that is something that everyone wants to go to, like the Great British and the National and the Junior. Can
I mention something, Crafty? We need to mention that actually we want to put on a show.
Yeah.
But we want to put on a show as our own little BKKS section, because we've been talking about making an ex-forces one, haven't we?
Yeah, so it's something that we discussed about 2 years ago, actually. But with stuff that was happening in our lives, it sort of didn't get anything further than a discussion with a couple of people. But I think because we're at a place now where we can put a little bit more energy into it to make things happen. Again, we don't know the future of the BKKS, unfortunately, but we should be hopefully survive. You know, fingers crossed that we get a chair that can take it over. You know, that's really important, right? Irrespective of how many members it's got or whatever, the amount of work that goes on with the BKKS is a huge, it's like a second job to a lot of people that give their free time up. And irrespective of whether the BKKS put a show on or not, right, we need to keep our footprint in the UK for the amount of koi that we bring in from Japan. It would be really sad to see the British Koi Society fold, right, because we lose all of those liaisons that we've got back to Japan if that happens. Clubs will still survive, irrespective of whether the BKKS as a whole society does. But over time, that will start to diminish. So we've got to stay in our hobby, right? Whether you're a koi show person or not, support it so we can keep it alive, what we love, right? But from what Lee was saying, we are looking at opening a section that is or will be open, and we've got to refine a lot of details, but loosely, ex-service people from all three services, military, we've got to look at whether we're going to include police, ambulance, fire, or other services in that, and people related to or in some way affiliated to the services.
I think it should be. I think it should be open to people that would want to support the actual section. Myself,
right? And if we get enough backing, right, we've got plans to open a section as a club to then I mean, in my head, again, early stages, with the contacts that Lee and I have got in the military world, there are umpteen amount of military bases across the UK that has got real estate aplenty where we could hold a koi show. It's a little bit more security driven, and there's a lot more involved with getting people behind the wire and stuff. But there's potential that it could be away from a working camp on an affiliated ground that belongs to the military, etc. But there's certain things that we can do, and as a result of that, if we can get the backing and if we can get the funding to buy our own vats or hire the vats and start to look at koi shows, it gives us the facility, because the section will be UK based rather than
we can move it around,
confined by boundaries of where you are in the world, in the country. It gives us the ability to be able to move the show around as the forces represent us across the whole of the UK anyway. So it's something that we've got to look at, and it's in early stages, but we're quite keen to make it work, you know. And actually, there's a huge amount of people from the forces that do keep koi, and getting them involved may just up the ante a little bit with regards to giving us another show, giving us more members, you know. Yeah, definitely not Lulworth though. We won't go Lulworth down there, man. It's, you know, I bet they've got good water though, Rich. But yeah, it gives us options. Like I say, it's early stages and it's something that we're discussing. So just to put a little exclusive out there.
Why not?
Hi guys, can I just say thank you for your support in the North of England Koi Show? Just to publicly say thanks, Crafty. I really appreciate you supporting me at the early days.
Yep. Thanks,
Lee, for coming on board. It's a big plus for us. I'm really looking forward to meeting you and welcoming you to the Northeast. And you never know, Rick. You might get on a plane at Exeter Airport and come up, and we'll see you one day in the future.
Fly from Southampton.
Well, I spend in about about a month's time, I'll be down in Cornwall, and that's where I fly to. So no, I'll go to Newquay from Newcastle now, but it's doable. It is doable in an airplane.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. And Lee, tell you guys what I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy a T-shirt of your design that you're going to do. This is me personally, and we'll raffle it on the show. Let you get it out there, and we'll get one of them going on the go. So it's definitely going to happen. It's not as if they'll be lost up. Cheers, guys.
It's going to be a funky T-shirt, mine, because I got a funky brain.
Man. Yeah. I look forward to it. I really do look forward to it. Yeah, it'll be good. Be good, guys. Cheers. Many thanks. For having me on.
Thank you, Paul.
Excellent.
Appreciate that. Right, guys, that's all from us tonight. 3 hours and 20 minutes of your time. I hope you enjoyed the show. Certainly looked like we held the audience captive all night, which is a positive.
Captive.
So, like Gaz says, if you've enjoyed this kind of content, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. And until next week, you're all a bunch of cricket bats or something like that. I can't remember the rest. So I don't say it often. So anyway, until then, take care everyone, and hopefully see you at the show on the 16th and 17th. Bye.
Or the